Hello. I didn't see you there. Welcome back to the KSL. We are going to... I don't know what match we're going to go to. We got to find out until we hop in the game.
No idea, no idea. But there's been some interesting ones that we've seen. You know, Jat is in the finals of his group over Ware, so that's cool.
He looked really good.
Olympus
in
is
that
in the
game
finals of his. Yeah, Best somehow beat Shy. I guess that's all the results that we have so far here.
Yeah, we've been hopping around in different games.
Yeah.
Basically, whatever production gives us, we start to cast.
Yeah.
We should be closer and closer, though, to the finals of these groups, which is where we get the best of fives.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I want to start, actually. I know that we must be ready for a best of 5 in Group G.
I think we have to be going to a best of 5 next, right?
Well, Group G is mostly Zerg players, so I'd imagine that we have a ZVZ lined up there, probably. Like a Sax-3 Jet. That could be pretty good. I actually don't want to do a ZVZ right now, though. What I want is Rush versus Olympus. Very badly.
Well, go screw yourself, Artosis. It's a ZVZ!
Jet versus Sax-3, as expected.
Zerg, 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 Zerg.
Well, this is good because it gives us a third Zerg qualifying for KSL. Jat is still an amateur. Sax-3, on the other hand, was a good StarCraft 2 pro and is now a good StarCraft 1 pro. He did beat Flash last season. Flash only lost 2 maps last season of ASL. 1 map to Light in a best of 5 and 1 map to Sax-3 in a best of 1.
Crazy.
Yeah. So Sax-3 is in really great shape. But Jat seems to be in very good shape as well. The fact that he beat Ware shows us that his ZVZ is on point. We didn't get to see that series, but Ware is a very, very strong Zerg right now. Like, I actually thought the group finals would probably be Ware Sax-3, like most people did.
Well, let's see how Jack TV does. He looked very impressive in the game we just casted of him, but, I mean, you were completely right, Artosis. The Zerg he's up against Sax-3 is just very scary, accomplished, refined tournament Zerg.
Yeah.
One of the best in Korea.
So, ZVZ.
Zed versus Zed.
What's your favorite opener, ZVZ?
I really enjoy a lot of these, like what we're seeing right here from Jack TV. Gas Pool.
Yeah.
Kind of being crazy and rushing into Spire and being aggressive. But I'm always fine with anything ZVZ, to be honest. I really enjoy the matchup.
I like Roachinitis myself. But
oh, Artosis.
yeah, I think that this will probably be a fast and furious one. Occasionally you get players that can get into a late game in ZVZ and the tech can switch, but not too often.
It's not going to be easy for either side to get a hatchery up.
I was watching a little bit of the online qualifiers and saw one of your games. It was pretty funny. They were like both making mutas on Overwatch.
Wait, one of my games? Oh, sorry.
Yeah. And then one guy was like, I'm going to go up to Hive, and the other guy was like, time to kill you with mutas.
Yeah.
And it was like 40 mutas flew into 30 mutas and the game ended.
Yeah, it seems like you're never able to not go just pure muta. But I guess if you were, in theory, to get Plague and just Plague their mutas, the game is just completely and totally over.
Yeah.
So, we have Sax-3's Lings heading across the map right now. There's a very quick layer that came here for Jack TV, but you know, he doesn't have very much to defend this with, so...
No,
I mean, every Ling is incredibly important in this matchup.
It's 4 versus 6, 6 versus 6.
Oh,
nice micro by Jazz.
Yeah.
Really
one
nice
of the Lings
micro.
bounced off the edge of the extractor there.
Yeah.
Was unable to retreat and get back safely.
Jad actually does have enough to push out, but do you try to push here? He actually didn't line up his Lings super well there, but
this is a little bit
well
like
for Jad.
in PvP where one player gets the wall in with the Zealots over the other player. They're both 2-gating.
Yeah.
Spire's done, but Sax-3's Spire has already started.
Yeah, Jat's as well. So very close right now. Lots of Lings coming out from Jat.
So this is about as low econ as you could ever go unless you had 2 Zergs that both 5-pulled each other. This is like very, very crazy. Sax-3 with literally perfect wall in there with his Lings.
Well, it's kind of funny just watching the Lings come across on both sides. They're both going Spire, but they're both just making Lings off one hatch.
I feel like Saxry should get enough momentum to start making Mutalisks. And we got to point out, Jack TV has taken a base of his own. So Saxry is stuffed inside of his main. He has the money, he has the finances to try to expand, but he can't. I like this position for Jack TV personally.
Yeah. I just wonder, because he made the hatch, right? So he's obviously skipping out on something that Saxry's not, like maybe the overall Mutalisk production. Does that mean he just goes into Scourge, do you think?
I don't think so.
No? So what happens then when Saxry busts out?
Well, he's going to have the same number of mutas because they have one hatch. So the layer doesn't matter if he has more, right?
Well, it will in a little bit, like after like 3
I
more
see what
larva
you're saying.
pop up. You know
yeah,
what
I
mean?
guess if you don't have enough for mutas, you have to make a Scourge. But in the long run, if you just get this second base up, and don't die to mutas, I think you're
certainly
fine.
in the long run.
Right.
I wonder. I feel like Saxry's going to have a little window, and I don't know that he's going to miss what he needs to do with it.
So we have the mutas coming out now for Saxry. And now Saxry can actually come in on the map. Let's see if he can do some damage.
Yeah. By the way, we just got past a cool piece of paper. As I predicted, Sari won his side of the bracket, so he'll be going up against Harangue next.
I'm looking forward to that match.
That's gonna be a good match. I think that those two are actually well matched.
And
maybe Harangue's slight advantage, but yeah, don't underestimate Sari.
Now, it does not appear that I'm sorry. Where are the mutas? I was looking at that sheet they passed us. Where are the mutas right now for Jack TV?
So Jats are really close to his base. See.
Oh,
and yeah, he did end up making additional Scourge. He has that extra hatch. It's like some cleaning going on by Saxry. The thing is, I don't think he needs to necessarily jump upon Jat right this second. The more mutas he gets, the more heavily he can micro against these Scourge. You see that Jat wants to get out here, actually, and mix it up right now before the Mutalisk count is too high.
Oh, he just backs off. He must have just missed that.
Just barely. Yeah, this is an interesting position. Because Saxry, so if the Scourge connect, Jat's in very good shape. But Saxry is not really buying Scourge, he's just buying mutas. So over time, the better his micro is, the better his build is.
Well said.
We don't see the extra drones being made. Obviously, a drone was used for the hatchery. Obviously, a drone was used for the sunken, right? So that's like a lot of money that's gone into that, which is why we see so many Scourge. So Jet is really relying on utilizing these Scourge correctly. Whereas Saxry is just sitting back and saying, yeah, you know, if we get up to like 12 mutas, that's huge.
Right.
Or 11 mutas. A mutas dozen, as I like to call it. Yeah, you know, like a baker's dozen's 13.
No, I got it. Nice.
A muta's dozen is 11. Get with me on this, Tasos.
Sorry. We have the attacker from Jat. Now, he has a superior number of Scourge.
Yeah.
We need to see if these mutas have enough surface area to maybe outrun this.
Oh!
Oh, my God!
Jat needs these to hit
Jat
so
is
bad.
hitting so hard. He's doing so much damage. The Scourge are coming through.
Well, I think Saxry's micro is good enough so far, isn't it? No, maybe not.
No, I think he's just low enough. One more Scourge connect.
4 against, 4 and a Scourge, but we're near his base, so back off. That was wild though. Look at that. They're at the same supplies, the same gas even. The same gas even.
I get so confused when I see these micro fights with muta versus muta.
Yeah. It's hard to judge.
Yeah. As a Terran player and a Protoss player watching this, I kind of go, oh,
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You basically got to be able to, you got to be like some sort of savant to count the mutas in the stack, man. It's so hard to see how many they have.
Yeah, it's just tricky to see like who's winning.
Yeah. It's like a jar full of quarters. Like, how much money's in there? Like, I don't know, a lot. They're like, is it enough to buy a dog? I'm like, what dog? What are we talking about?
By the way, they're both taking their second gases.
You know what I mean, Tasos?
Yeah, I know what
Damn,
you mean.
man.
Yeah.
Don't ask how many mutas are in that flock. Then the observer always doesn't have them all selected, and I can tell they're not all selected. He has like 5 selected. I'm like, that's more than 5.
That's true. It does always happen like that.
Look at that one muta.
got
That's
3
not just one muta. There's more than one muta.
I think it's very necessary to box the mutas always so he can evaluate where they're at. Like, here he goes. He clicks on one. He's like, that one has full HP.
Yeah. I think maybe it's an upgrade check. I don't know.
There was a murder under that bush, Artosis.
Yeah?
Yeah. 2 Lings battled it out. One of them died. We don't know which one.
No, no idea.
This is Murder,
Just like-
She Wrote right now.
Yeah.
The Zerg version of that is Muta's She Wrote. Looks like it's time for a top-tier ZVZ player to solve some crimes.
Well, it'd be better than most of the CSIs. CSI Muta.
CSI Muta, man.
How many mutas are in the stack? We don't know. Well, as long as Ice-T is in that one too, right?
Yeah, you gotta have Ice-T in that.
It's important. That guy would be a Zerg player
Who's
too.
been microing all these mutas? Damn. So, I can't tell who's ahead really. It seems like very neck and neck.
Yeah, it's super neck and neck.
It's like it seems like Saxary is slightly better at just microing mutas and fighting.
well,
and so
Jat's better at making Scourge, so what do you think about that?
Wow, I have a lot of thoughts. I have a lot of I don't know what's going on. Hold on. He's gonna drive him down to the bottom.
Okay, time to fight.
Time to fight. Who's got more? Oh,
I think
Saxary-
Jat has slightly more.
Yeah, but I think the fact that he's fighting over the hatches and Scourge can be made
Yeah.
so quickly that by the time the fight's done, it seems like Saxary's Muta
Yeah.
Surge is done and they're out.
I think you're right. I think that Saxary started to take this.
This is one of those games where I can't tell you guys why Saxary's the better player, but we see it happening. Oh, hold on a second. But what about his Scourge? Still very even in supplies. I wish we could do a Muta check and just count.
Yeah, that would be nice.
By the way, because of the way this game started, it's very difficult to actually get more drones.
Yeah.
You're locked into this very tight econ game.
Yeah, squeezing drones out is more of an art than a science in ZVZ.
I would say it wouldn't hurt if when these fights happen to run Lings in and try to kill workers. I think 2 Lings are going to win you this game, not your giant Muta army.
2 Lings.
2 Lings killing workers.
Could be nice. They both have kind of defenses sitting there.
Yeah, that's true.
I do want to know how many drones they actually have. You know, I thought of a good metaphor
Yeah.
for the drone production in a ZVZ like this.
Mm-hmm.
Producing drones is like trying to speed in between speed traps on the highway.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
So they're gonna have to stay back for a little bit. No
Jat's
one's really.
gonna move out again? Is anyone ever gonna get an upgrade?
I don't know that you can. I think it's so tight.
It's gonna mute its dozen. Scourge are so stupid, it is insane.
Is that when they just decide to move out? Is when they get 11?
It could be. That's kind of like the best you can micro with.
Oh, I think Saxary's going to take a lot of extra damage there. Scourge versus Scourge. Oh my god,
So
he could dive on
7?
the drones. He could dive
It's
on the drones.
7 against 7.
And look at it.
The Lings get
Taste
by.
strat is working.
Ace of Strat run Lings by.
He's listening.
You gotta be able to micro though to get this done. Gets a drone though.
I think Jat could have actually come in there and sniped a drone or two. Any drone
Seems
he
like
could.
Jat's ahead. Really does.
Well, by supplies, he certainly is.
And I think he's actually up in drones. Right? Yeah, I think he's up by like 2 drones. 1 drone or 2 drones up, I think. That makes a difference. Considering all your units are basically free as Zerg. It's like 25 minerals for most of your units.
He's got enough Scourge. He might want to try to dive in again. He's also got enough minerals. Maybe he can even make another hatchery here. No?
No.
You don't like the idea of a third base?
If you make a 3rd hatch, it's only for Ling production, isn't it?
Or you could get a gas and an expansion.
Oh, if you make it at a 3rd location.
Get more mutt-mutts.
Where would you take your 3rd?
I don't know. Upper left, I guess?
Yeah, sure. Bottom? I don't know.
Oh, why not?
Right side of the map?
Okay, I think Jat's now.
Oh,
He's done enough
yeah.
damage to the Scourge. I think he can actually do this now.
Jat's looking
Oh,
good.
you're in trouble, town, son. He's trying to micro these. There's so many Scourge here, though, and he's got to run, which means the volleys coming out from these mutas is just so much. And there we go. Uh-oh.
Yeah, he's trying to take
Wait,
waves
what?
with his Lings.
How did the pairing get that bad? It's like every muta was so low. Oh my God, this game is going to go on.
Yeah, that's pretty wild.
I can't
Saxtree
believe.
comes out with one more muta.
Ah. Oh my God.
Yeah.
There it is, those lings.
Those lings again.
Doing the D.
Yeah.
GG. That's going to go on my
JJ.
JJ.
Jat. All right. Jat.
Let's go to game
Smash and
2.
Face.
Nice. Jad is crushing it, man.
Yeah, you played that really nicely. That'd be really cool to have him qualify.
I'd like that.
He's a nice guy.
That was really impressive stuff. I mean, to take on Saxtree like that is next level. But meanwhile, enough about that matchup.
Yeah.
We're going to, this is Harangue, the Protoss versus Sorry from
Yes.
Canada. No, I'm joking. Oh, this Reaver shot so good!
Yeah, we didn't see how this one opened, but it looks like a pretty crazy game right now.
Harangue, so good, so good, so good, so good. This is never going to work. It's like 3 tanks and nothing. Oh, hold on,
Vulture's
2
coming down.
vultures. That's just it. Oh no, this rally's bad.
This is going to work perfectly. Actually, it seems like there's like 8 gates. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Oh
6,
my-
7.
wait.
I think there's 7 gates. Let's go. Speed. Yeah, sorry, we just jumped.
All
into
right,
this middle.
GG. Well, I'm glad. I'm so glad you got to see that.
Namaste.
Namaste.
Okay. Hopefully we go into game 2 with that. I would like to see that series. So
That was my favorite game so far.
yeah,
That was the best.
like
of-
whoa, this Reaver shot. These 3
Whoa!
tanks won't do anything. GG.
GG. Everything I've said is wrong. On to game 2.
Yeah, it's pretty hard to jump in like that and take full account of what's going on.
Yeah.
Especially when they don't show you like the bases and what we have.
Just like, I don't know what's going on.
It's like a
trying to
Rorschach
count
test
enemies.
is what it is.
Yeah.
It's like they just show you a couple slides from the game. It's like, I don't know.
Yeah.
You show me a picture of like Sari's mom. I'm like, how does that help? I have no idea how that impacts the game.
So we're going to go into game 2 now, but Harangue,
Please.
he got boxed in. We can at least glean that from what happened. He was using the Reaver to harass. The Shuttle and Reaver were killed, I believe, by a Wraith and some ground units. And if you can actually contain the Protoss at their natural on that map, in that matchup, you're probably going to win.
I feel, you've seen the show Sherlock, right?
Yes.
Where he sees like
He goes
someone's
like,
ring is on
like that.
crooked and like their
Yeah.
hair is scuffled or something.
His
and
fingernails aren't
he
cut.
looks at that and he's like, he knows everything about their whole lives. That's what you just did with that game. You saw like 2 still frames of a
Yes.
Reaver, and then you told us everything that happened.
On to game 2. Time to continue to use my powers for
Okay.
good.
Woo-wee. Okay, Sorry versus Harangue. Let's do it.
So, PVT. This is the Tastosis matchup.
That's true.
If there was Tastosis the musical, there'd be a song we'd both sing about Protoss and Terran.
No way. Our best one to cast is PvP, where I just make up dumb things and ask you about them. What about this Tasis? No, never Artosis.
Dun 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 dun.
No,
Dun 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 dun.
now, you got to watch this carefully. I told you, this is good on this map.
I know this build.
One
So this
proxy gate.
This is gate on 8. Yeah, gate on 8. I know this build.
Gate on 8, don't make it late.
Who do we appreciate? Protoss, Protoss. So, I first became familiar with this build on Destination. It's great on one-on-one maps if you can run up there and just stop the barracks from blocking it in. You just run in there, the Zealot.
Yeah, it's a pretty good opener. Keep some pressure on. Of course, a lot of this depends on what you are trying to open up with as Terran. Like, for instance, where does he build the... Okay, he's going to build his barracks on low ground. So this is actually quite bad for Sari.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean it's undoable. It doesn't mean he'll die. But this gives the Protoss so many options. Normally what will happen here is you'll build a depot to the right of this barracks and use that as a micro hull. The actual placement he has, though, is lined up so a command center goes to the left of the barracks and down, and there's a micro hull for that, rather than the thing in front. So he'll probably try to go for bunker. But just the fact that there's a proxy gate, can you even start the command center? Not in my opinion. I think you have to go gas from this and bunker. course, he doesn't see this yet.
He won't know this is coming.
Probably not
because
until the Zealot's there.
Yeah, the Zealot will be there, and that's when.
But he might go cross-map with the SCV.
I don't know what the timing is when you see a probe there. If you would assume, because
it doesn't mean anything,
Protoss
really.
timings, they've gotten pretty late sometimes.
Yeah,
it doesn't seem like you can ever see the worker come and go, aha!
You can scout on anything from 5 to 25.
Oh, he sees it.
Okay, yeah, he's going to go through the center. So he already started his command. Notice, oh yeah, he insta-cancels. Okay, he's throwing down some beautiful building placement here, but this Zealot's going to be a problem. Brings down SCVs. He started the gas. Yeah, so you can see he really understands the reaction he needs to make and instantaneously makes it. But this was, you know, this is tough still. Good micro.
You do not want to lose any of the HP on the Zealot when you do this.
Yeah. So this is still really tough, okay? He built that in a position where he's not dead right now. But when the goons come, how good is that bunker? Is it good or is it absolute garbage?
I'm going to go with option number 2.
Yeah, absolute garbage.
Door number
That's
2?
correct. That's
okay.
correct.
What do I win?
So, yeah, it's tough as sorry. You're going to lose the depot. You're going to have to lift the racks. You might lose the bunker as well. Even coming down that ramp with that bunker there is like kind of...
Yeah, this just paces out really nicely for the Protoss. I mean, there is always that problem in the background where like, if they drive you away and kill your gateway, it's super annoying. But Terran might have the setup to get an expansion up here.
Yeah, he will eventually get an expand, but I think you have to go into siege tank first, so makes it tough. Notice he's really trying to put pressure on these Zealots.
Oh my god. Oh my god. He's going to get the second.
Yeah, here comes that goon man.
Do you want to go Reaver, or do you just want to expand as Protoss?
Expand. Ah, too fast.
Double fact.
Yeah, that one's for floating out. Try to run
Oh,
vultures
that's
around.
smart.
He knows that there's going to be a lot of pressure at his front, so that makes a lot of sense. That's a very smart second factory. Yeah, good micro. I tell you, this is a nice game already. Really, there's been like a lot of back and forth strategically from them.
So there's a very high chance a Vulture just gets inside Harangue's main, and a lot of workers are going to die.
Yeah, it's a real possibility. Normally with a proxy gate, though, you do go a second gate in your main. But he actually throws down the Nexus without the second gate.
So things are going to start getting quiet here with the Protoss aggression. But on some level, you got to be wondering, where the hell is that command center? You know?
Yeah.
There should be a CC there. At times it gets to start before the Nexus does. So, of course, it could have been made in the main. It's going to be floated down. But we see on the minimap just at the top of the screen, there's going to be a factory there. It is landed down here.
Yeah, this is really good.
Did it seem to you like that light on the factory turned on before it touched the ground? Did you just see that?
No, I did not see that.
Did Artosis? I think he's cheating.
You can produce out of a flying factory.
Oh my god.
There's a trick for it.
Okay, he's got to be really careful here because even though there's nothing to defend workers back at home, if you lose the tank...
The micro so far by Sorry has really been strong, by the way. Now this coming out, I wonder if he got mines.
Oh dude. This is actually not enough to defend. Oh my god. This is so much damage. Mines coming down.
Oh, the mines are so awesome, Tasteless. I think Sorry's going to win this game, actually.
I think you're probably right.
I think, yeah, like, I guess there's 2 more gates coming out, but...
Oh, wow, look at that. He waits for the second Vulture to come out.
One-shot probes. You lay enough mines that he can't come back with those units.
Get out.
Now he knows that there's a second factory, by the way, and there's no detection.
Oh, my God. Oh, this is... Oh, hold on. There's one Dragoon. When there's one Dragoon, there's always hope.
Okay, well, I mean, he killed a decent amount there. Yeah, I feel like just sitting here with these Vultures, you can force a kill on this Nexus really easily.
You know, I think he might want to pop up with that. Oh, hold on.
Oh, bad micro there by Sorry. He actually gets 1 tank way ahead.
Oh, he's going to get 2 tanks, it looks like. Are you serious?
What are... Oh, that was a miss micro by Sorry. You really need to let your Marines fire there.
Yeah.
And he actually needs to lay more mines. Like, this is a situation where if you have 3 units, you can run one down into the mines and
Problem is,
clear this.
Right now for Sorry,
yeah, see this? Okay.
What are you talking about?
Well, he was running into mines, so
Oh,
he's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
actually, he might be able to save the Nexus if he just suicides onto mines.
I think actually, sorry, might have bungled this. Because if you save the Nexus, it's like you're fine.
Yeah, he hasn't lost that many probes, really. And he
Oh
really
my God, he's
messed up
gonna
his
lose a tank.
micro.
Go back, get back over there.
Oh, no.
Oh no, it gets worse.
Yeah, it does.
It gets worse. I thought we were actually gonna see
Oh,
Sarge, and then no.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I mean, you want to kill that goon. See, he's trying to run down the ramp now.
Oh my God,
Oh!
he's miscontrolling. Oh, I can't handle this. This is too stressful.
Yeah, this is pretty stressful, and more vultures come in.
Okay, there's one observer.
Okay, so he will save the Nexus. Vultures don't damage.
What is the
buildings.
HP on the Nexus?
Doesn't matter.
Oh my God. How dare you. Yeah, one thing about vultures is they don't kill buildings fast, that's for sure.
No. Someone has to really
Probes?
kill the building.
That's another story. Wow, great hold here by Harangue. Now, Harangue took his lumps in that little skirmish here, but it seems like he's back on his feet.
Yeah.
I don't think the vultures can get back in there. And where is the command center here for Sari? Does he just not have one? Oh, it's just started. Oh,
Looks bad.
Man, that's what happens if you two back and it doesn't work.
In my opinion here, what we should be seeing from Sari is continual production off of 2 factories and 1 racks. Just continual production in 1 push. That's it. Like, you know your opponent is just kind of on gateway tech. I mean, you already have speed, siege, mines, right?
Look at this.
You can't get into a macro game from here. You can't do it. So you have to do something a little bit off-timed.
The observer's going to come down and identify that absolutely the CC has not been landed there. Momentum on Protoss' side. Harangue being so clutch, by the way, in that moment when those vultures get in there.
Yeah.
That's the Protoss' worst nightmare is a vulture gets in your base and you don't have observers. It's like, oh, God.
I feel like the big mistake was the micro of Sari at his bunker when he lost all those tanks. You know? If you maybe if you wait for 1 more tank and 1 more marine or something, I bet you rail through those goons.
Well, it seems like Harangue was very focused on microing those dragoons versus the tanks, and he was willing to lose workers because he knew that that would mean that Sari would just lose control of his low ground. So the expansion's been set up, but Protoss has already vacuumed a lot of the resources that are at that location. That is natural, so he's already growing at a pretty scary rate.
Now, Sari is actually teching up a bit. We just saw him add an armory and an academy. Of course, the observer in his main base basically sees what's going on. I'm trying to figure out what his continuation is from here. It just nothing looks strong. Like if you start getting +1 in an academy, as a Protoss, that should set you off to just play a longer game. And look at this, his observer should see this, right?
Yeah.
If you see that command center, is there ever a time where you don't add another Nexus? Just take 3 o'clock.
Yeah, well, not just that, but he's going to be going for Reaver as well.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't know if this is necessarily the best thing to do, but you could even go carriers in this situation. I think Terran's so behind. You can get a ground army and some carriers, and you've got
Yeah,
Reaver.
you
It's
might be
like,
able to.
you'll just bust his third.
Yeah, I could see that being reasonable.
Every once in a while, when you hurt the Terran this much, and you already have a ground army that can fight their ground army, it's, I mean, the mix of carriers, and I know that carriers aren't great on this map, but in these circumstances, yeah, I think it's appropriate. Arbiter's also probably more than fine, so.
Yeah, well, just doing anything but just making units, because the one thing Sari can probably do is take his third base and not die. That's probably the only thing that he really has that he can do right now. So I really want to see Harangue throw down a Nexus or tech up like a madman, because when you see that third command, your opponent's sitting here on almost no units. Okay, it was basically a failed 2-fact, and you already killed siege tanks. So it's not as if he can't do damage to you. You have so many goons, observers everywhere.
Oh, man. Oh, my God, it chased it. That's so funny.
Yeah. That Reaver took a lot of damage right there.
Okay, not too much damage over there. But this Reaver can get paired with the Dragoon army that's racing towards the soon-to-be third base of Sari's.
Yeah, it looks like Harangue's going to draw his units up together there. But I think with good positioning this could be the biggest mistake you could make. Oh.
Yeah, it's really easy to just feed the Terran here.
But if you pull him out of position with this, maybe there's something to be done.
How did that not do more damage?
Bunch of red SCVs there, I think.
Oh, he's going to lose this. Oh, yeah, this really shows you how good shuttle speed is.
Okay, there it is. Okay. And yeah, look at this. This is not an army that really does much. He is taking 3 o'clock, so that's important, but I feel like that's actually late. Okay, looks like, yeah, Arbiter Tech is going to be what he decided on. You can't attack into this. Absolutely not.
This could end up being a throw here.
Yeah.
I think that Harangue doesn't have a very good finger on the pulse of what Terran was, where Terran was at and where he was at.
Yeah.
It can be hard for Protoss when they just misread this. You know,
I think as a general rule, if you're playing against someone that's good, don't try to kill him on the third base on circuit breakers.
Yeah, I think it's actually an easier hold here.
Yeah. Well, even if he breaks him here, I still don't think it was a good choice. It's like, yes, it ends up winning, but Sari did not even micro that quite as well as he could have.
Yeah, well, he's not going to break him, too. That's the other thing.
Yeah. I guess he got some SCVs and he killed a good amount of tanks.
Yeah, but their supplies are closer than ever, man. And, I mean, maybe if he gets Zealots with speed, but he didn't even force a lift. And now the factories can come down. It's just Dragoons out. With just Dragoons, you can never just attack into siege tanks. Unless you're comically ahead.
Yeah.
So we have the 4th base being taken here now. But again, that is a later 4th. The 3rd base really kicks in here for Sari. And he didn't lose that many probes. Granted, the Protoss units were not that important in this game.
Yeah, I don't know. I see attacks like that, and I think to myself, like, why are you trying to kill him right now? This is the only strong point he has. Is this like Circuit Breaker's 3rd base? Terrans know how to set up there. It's like one of the most unbreakable positions in tournament play.
Yeah.
Is TVP defending your 3rd base on Circuit Breakers.
I always feel as though if you see them take 3 bases, you just start to take up every base on the map, you know?
Well, especially in a game like this.
Also,
but now that he's spent so many units, it's like, oh, that kind of gives Sari a little bit more time to add his factories on, to catch up a little bit. You don't have super fast Arbiter that's scary. You don't have super fast Carrier that's scary.
Right.
You utilized your Reaver. It didn't do that much. You know, everything kind of played into Sari's hands a bit.
By the way, 12 o'clock doesn't really go to anybody. We could see Terran take it.
Yeah.
Sometimes they'll just...
It would only ever go to Terran.
Insert themselves. Yeah, you can't take it as Protoss.
Just like instantly siegeable.
Oh, how annoying.
So attacking with the Zealots in the wrong.
It's so funny how much of a headache this is for Protoss.
Yeah.
I mean, you'll see it wiped out, but this is not without suffering quite a big loss. Now, usually when you see the dropship attack or drop somewhere, you know that there's actually another army moving on the map. In this case, I guess there really wasn't, though, but normally it means there's a push or something's coming out.
Yeah, normally you want to pair it with something like Vulture Harassment, but Sari just doesn't have a lot. His factory ads are all kind of slow because of what the early game looked like.
Now, since Terran can get up to 4 bases and it's pretty scary, it can be tough, man, for the Protoss. But you have to also look at how many bases Protoss can feasibly get. It's a lot. It's a crazy amount. So the in between, I guess, late game and mid game is the most important point in this matchup. Terran has to come out and execute this attack very well, because Protoss simply needs to deny 2 or 3 attacks, and they've probably zoned them out of a game that they can play or win.
Yeah. Sari is actually on location building his 4th, so you see he's starting to take a few risks here and there. Which is a reasonable situation, I think. Like, obviously, if it gets caught, he looks like a fool, but he's trying to catch up in some way, because he's still a little bit slow on everything.
So we're still waiting for +2 attack, +1 armor, which is when Terran tend to be able to actually come out on the map.
You know, this game,
did he dock it too?
there's a lot of Huh?
Did he
Oh,
not?
no.
He got 2 armories, right?
Yeah, no, you're right.
Okay.
But, you know, sometimes we talk about should you go stasis, should you go recall, and how it's sometimes stylistic. I think a game like this, recall first is...
I think if you
like
see
it.
them take 3 bases, you just go recall always. I think that there's not a good argument. If they go for a 3rd base, what would stasis
Well, I
do?
think, first off, if they go 2 bases, 100% stasis.
No,
yeah.
but I'm saying if you see 2 factories, so in other words, they're making armories, they're getting command centers, you just go for recall always. I think even if, I guess there might be some merit if they went for dropships or something like that, but I find that, first of all, both those upgrades come out very fast.
Yeah.
It's actually a little bit weird compared to other
Yeah.
upgrades, like how quickly that comes out, but I found recall just to be...
I think because if they're going just 3 base, in the Korean meta, generally what'll happen is they'll hit a pre-recall timing. So I think I like stasis in that situation. But if the game has been slowed like this, I feel like this is a situation where Sari won't make any big moves until he's really stabilized. Oh
Okay,
my god!
here we go. This is a great stasis, but this angle sucks to attack into. That being said, it seems like there's enough Storm, there's enough Zealots, there's enough everything Protoss.
Wow,
He might actually
some of
just
those
break
mines,
this.
some
Yeah.
of those mines hit amazingly. You know what?
So
This went surprisingly well for Sari.
yeah, well, I think he attacked too far. You've got to know when to back out. Terran's taking the center left. You don't have to drive him all the way home. You got to get into that center left base and keep replenishing your army. Now he's going to try to go and kill the 5th base.
Ooh, nice pick off there.
Yeah, very important to take out those vessels. That's really what's going to let Protoss be comfortable with his arbiters here. I worry for Harangue, though. Terran getting a 5th base, he didn't deny that at all. It's like,
Yeah.
I mean...
Oh, this is...
Terran on 5 bases is terrifying.
Yeah, where do you think he'll take his 5th? Bottom left?
I think
12.
I think 12.
12?
I don't think you can deny 12 anymore.
Yeah, I could see that. Like, I think if you're comboing that with just pushing that base, maybe that's a good move. But that's where recall can start to get very strong too.
True.
Is because you are really spread.
Man, Harangue's really good at clearing these mines.
Yeah, he's
really got an observer basically everywhere. Okay, he might be able to actually just run this down.
He has a lot of supply right now. He's at 40 supply.
And this tank count has been diminished. Does he have a vessel over here? Okay, there we go. Scans coming down. A lot of vultures here to cover these tanks. And this is going to force... Oh, really good play there. It is just Dragoons, but the vulture count's quite low.
Well, he's going to kill the last couple tanks right there. Maybe some of these mines can connect, but it seems like Harangue may have gotten big enough now.
Where's that DT?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe at the 4th?
Oh, maybe, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's at the 4th.
Oh, got to be careful. Don't want to lose these arbiters.
Yeah, seriously.
It's very easy to do when you're trying to move it, huge numbers of units. I think Harangue won.
Yeah, I think he's just gone over the line where this is not a game you can come back from.
Yeah.
Sari did a pretty good job fighting back, I gotta say.
Well, considering the way this game started with a
Yeah,
proxy being in the
yeah.
middle of the map, which, by the way, was not killed this entire game.
Yeah, that's true. That's how you really know you had control.
Yeah.
So they're tied up 1-1 right now.
Yes.
Don't forget this game started with Sari trying to do a gasless expand. Proxy gate in the center, obviously is a great counter to that. He tried for a 2-factory play. It actually got kind of shut down. I think Harangue did a good job dealing with that, and Sari didn't micro both fronts quite well enough.
Yeah.
But I think that Harangue's attack into the 3rd wasn't that good. I didn't like it personally. Maybe
well, that was a
because he
little bit
reduced tanks,
weird.
Some people would disagree with me, but
I think you and I, we might be so old school, we're still hardwired to believe like that was a bad attack. But reducing the tank count is really good. It's pretty easy for Protoss to just remake the Dragoons and Zealots.
It is. It is. I felt like as soon as he saw the 4th CC, or the 3rd CC rather, if he insta-takes his 4th base and techs up a bit, the attack timing coming out of Sari is so slow because he's only on 2 factories. Like, so late in the game, he's only on 2 factories.
Yeah. We're going to go to game 3, which will be on blockchain. And this is going to be exciting. I think Sari's going to be in for some trouble.
Could
because
be.
it's hard for Terran on blockchain.
It can be. You know, there's some very straightforward builds that Terran likes to do on this map, like a 2-base, 7-fact, 2-1 push is very strong, like with turrets and stuff. That's very strong. If they, I mean, obviously, if they go Nexus first, you're going to cheese that for sure.
Sure. There is Nexus first onto the island location.
Yeah, last solved that would be factory floats.
Crazy,
I've
right?
seen some Protosses try to look for that and keep the
we're
probe
just
under
not
it.
in the same game.
Okay, well, that is Queen. We'll take a look who this is. Okay, so Full Sword LMAO. Okay, it's Terran, which means either I don't know. I'll look it up. Kang Taewon. Okay, I know who that is. That's Byul. So this is the finals of the group.
And it's going to be a barracks out in the front.
Yeah, forward 8 racks.
And by the way, in this best of 5, Zerg is up 2-0.
Oh, no way. That's crazy. So, yeah, it's Byul. This guy is the winner of Season 1 of ACS, the amateur tournament. He's made it into ASL before. He's a very strong Terran player, but the fact that Queen is up 2-0, that's speaks to his level, huh?
I think so.
I would have loved to see those games, too. Queen is
Kind of
such a
hopping
monster.
in every game here.
Yeah, no, I like that we're getting different flavors, but yeah, some of these players I'm just very excited about. Like, I was actually calling last season. I was like, I bet your Queen wins this season. And then it totally didn't work out. But
yeah,
Queen, I think he's someone that in the next year or two will have a championship.
he is improving so quickly.
I think he's such a ridiculously strong player.
So this is Hatch on 12, which is problematic against what Terran's doing.
Mm-hmm. Now it's cross map, so it's not as strong.
Right.
The barracks isn't as far out as it could be. But this is kind of... Oh, he is going gas behind it. That was kind of the big question. So, yeah, this is a build that can definitely do some damage. You got to play against this just perfectly. Like, you don't want to lose more than like a drone defending against the Marines.
Now, the moment you see the Marine out, you know something's suspect here.
A little bit tricky. Now, there are so many things that Byul can do with this opener. Like, for instance, you're going to want to get us sunken up very quickly as Queen.
Right.
Because, obviously, a Vulture can wreck you. But you can do things like go into a Vulture drop here.
Mm-hmm.
Good thing that Queen actually scouts that it's a gas, by the way. That's important. We need to verify.
You throw a bunker down with this, right? You put a bunker far back and try to pull the drones in, or are you actually trying to literally bunker rush the hatchery? How does this work?
No, generally you can't really get a bunker up. The bunker is normally to bait. Because it's a single 8 racks, you're never going to kill the hatch.
I guess I'm thinking of a StarCraft 2.
Yeah.
She's here. And
Or if it's 2 barracks, you start bunkers immediately because you'll
Right.
eventually get one up. But here, like sometimes you'll see someone start a bunker. I think that's a little bit silly personally because really this is just kind of a micro fight. You shouldn't be able to do too much with this.
Oh, I don't know about these.
Well, one
Whoa.
drone.
Oh my God, these SCVs are godlike.
Wow, they
what? Oh, but the drones are pissed.
Okay, I'm not sure on the amount of everything killed there. That was actually hard to hear. But if you end up killing like 2-3 drones, it was worth it.
Well, he lost a lot of Marines. It was kind of odd that he went to the point where he can get drone drilled. I was always under the impression with this type of rush, you want to
I think
stay back and fight the Lings and then kind of head back home.
Well, I think he went in there because he would lose straight up to Lings coming out, like 6 Lings against 3 Marines, 2 SCVs.
Oh, so he just wants to get something out of it?
Yeah. And I think it went all right, I guess. The 8 racks, again, it's not just a single 8 racks. It's just forward to your base. It's not really... I mean, obviously you want to do a lot of damage, but you can't expect it. If you want to do a lot of damage, make 2 barracks in the center.
So from here, Zerg wants to drone back up and get on his feet again. I think we're just going to have a Spire made.
Yeah, I would imagine. Although, if you've seen a Vulture and you know he did a wall in, maybe Hydra could be a good play there.
I guess you could go 2-hatch Hydra and just try to bust him.
Yeah, put some pressure on, make him bunker up and stuff maybe.
It's going to be 3 hatches for now.
Looks like a Spire, though, like you said.
What's that, Evo? Hydrogen.
Yeah.
Pretty cavalier. You can see it with the Vulture.
Nice little Sim City going on. Hard to run by that. Wraith going to be coming out here momentarily. Kill the Overlord and give him some scouting intel.
Now, there's always the mind game of you putting the Hydrogen out in the front because you're showing them some of your tech. But sometimes you do that because it's so obvious they might overreact to it, you know? We'll see, though. We'll see what the story is here. It could also simply be he needs a Hydra at his main and his natural to protect Overlords since they're getting killed off by this Wraith now.
Yeah, that was very common against 1-1 for a while. It's a quick Wraith, so you will have to make a couple of them. Science facility. Okay. Very standard old 1-1-1 style off of the 8 racks.
And here comes that Wraith to try to come in here and explore what Zerg might be teching into. 3 hatches. There's the Spire. About halfway done.
And Wraith gonna get out of there for now. You know, as far as the builds go, I do like where Byul is at.
Yeah, he's good. He's very good. I think he's had a good opening here. I'm very curious, though, to see how Queen's going to handle mid-game.
I think Queen is very good in these types of situations.
I agree.
Well.
Oh, is this the Vulture drop?
Yeah, it looks like it. How many Vultures does he have? Does he have 3?
I think it's 3.
Yeah. You have to drop at least 3, because 2 won't one-shot a drone unless they shoot at the exact same time.
However, it does seem like Queen is basically kind of ready.
Yeah, it does look that way. You can still micro him reasonably well. I don't know. I think he only got mines. I don't think he has speed. If he has speed, he can actually kill a lot. But
look at this. He goes right through the blind spot.
Yeah, seriously.
Ouch.
Okay, so it's not speed.
Okay, this is important. It's because the first Vulture goes down.
That really screws this up. He's trying to lay some mines and get some sort of longer-term value out of here. Oh, decent mine, actually, that one.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I don't believe this is going to be enough. I think he just gets executed here.
So he killed 3 drones, I believe?
Yeah, not
3 drones and a larva?
I guess the Vultures don't have any utility after a little while, so you might as well send him in there, but...
I would say it was a mad drop, but okay.
And now it's going to be a moment where the Zerg can come out with his mutas and try to do a lot of damage.
If he gets this first vessel, I think this is the big part of the game right here. If he gets this first vessel, he should be feeling very confident.
Yeah, this is timed out to assassinate the vessel. So he's going to browse through the main and see if there is any vessel that he can just pounce on. Because it's worth it to even lose a muta or 2. If you kill off that vessel, that's a reset for the Terran on when the push can come out. He could get that dropship too. That's fine.
Yeah, it's worth it for sure.
Yeah. That's like the only other unit you could get.
Yeah. Actually, there's a Wraith right there, Tasteless.
Oh.
You know what would be awesome?
What?
A replay of Mind versus Shine.
Yeah, we should just cast that over and over and try to perfect that to the
What if
perfect
these
cast.
2 did the same thing?
I would love that.
Oh.
You know, I've really been thinking about it. I do wonder if there's some method to the madness of what Shine did.
There is.
Just that tempo play, massing up so many mutas and then not letting them get a second base.
He was trading at the worst deficit I think I've ever seen, but it worked.
Looks like this game it's not going to be the case. He's actually getting more Hydras. I believe they had speed. We saw for a second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised about that. Gotta hand it to Byul. He is not over-defending. These types of situations can you get a little bit scared when they're flying around with Scourge Muta trying to get everything, get your vessels, but he really didn't overmake turrets. Look at this. He's actually gonna come very close to hitting the timing that I was talking about before. You want to move out pre-10 minutes here.
And he's gonna get an Ultralisk Cavern. And so you're just getting exactly enough off of 3 bases.
Yep.
And you know that even if Terran's on 2 bases, the Zerg has a little bit of a better fight. It's really hard for Terran to get a 3rd base and cover it. The 2 most natural locations to expand to are also islands. And we already see that Zerg just has a superior army air-wise, is able to move very quickly and mix up where the fights are going to be taken.
Especially as Nidus has come out and everything.
Right.
So we need to see Byul move out now. Yeah, he's floating the barracks into the main base. He's actually added in a lot of fire bats. I think he's assessed the situation well. It's Justling Muta into an Ultra Rush, which is very popular on the map. I think it pairs up reasonably well against his strategy. But he might have some potential to actually push him down before the Ultras come out. Especially if that bunker's full. I don't think he made any siege tanks this game. So Sunkens could be very helpful. Look at the amount of lings he's making, man. It's wild how many lings he's making. Do we have +1?
I think this could backfire. I mean, if he makes this many lings, 4 fire bats is quite a bit.
It is.
Is he just going to go for a fight? He needs to keep his army together.
And look, he's actually got a lot of Scourge in there too. Queen attempts very high skill stuff. This is not just a guy that runs by everything. Like, the fact that he has, I see the way he has his stuff grouped up. He's looking for his Scourge to nail the vessels the second the lings hit. Look at this, he's spreading his army out. He's looking for that engagement. Coming from behind.
Okay, not bad. Gets these reinforcements. Very easy to make quick work of those Marines. And he can loop back out without really being touched.
Time.
Yeah.
This is huge buying this time.
It's hard to do this cross spots as Terran.
Oh, wow. He actually went to Filer before the Ultras. It's kind of
I think he went to Filer after the Ultras, right?
Or well, I mean, he's popping them out before.
Oh, right,
but yeah, the Ultras cavern was right away.
I guess he just wanted the Ultra upgrades.
Yeah, yeah. Those are important. Can't fight without chitinous.
No. That gives you so much more sustain in the battle. So, again, you know, the conundrum for Terran is he's trying to push out on 2 bases. He's got a very powerful, scary army, but Zerg's continuing to grow and expand. Great assassinate.
That is seriously awesome.
Can he stop this dropship, though? What?
Yep, he's already knocked out the eggs, and he's got his mutas right there. Oh, my
really
gosh.
good job.
Zero's crushing it, man.
Yeah, Queen is so good.
Oh, I don't even
that
think
look like
those
a waste of time.
Their
rates,
whatever they are. I'm not worried about those rates. Is he gonna lose another one?
Oh man!
My God! Does he have plague? Oh, that's how you know he's dirty good.
It's getting worse.
Yeah, this is crazy because I think that Byul pulled an amazing strat. You know, everything was looking pretty decent as far as what he was trying to pull off. But Queen is just so strong, so on top of everything. Look at this 8 racks pumping on 2 base. Byul is pretty all in at this point.
Yeah, if Byul doesn't make something happen soon, it's never going to happen. And as the Ultralist count grows and Defilers become more and more of a menace, and you know what, even the Lings. Adrenalings are actually maybe the scariest part of this.
Yeah. Those Lings get on top of these Marines, no problem.
Yeah.
And the thing is, I know he's got 2 carapace now, right?
He has to.
We need to see the +2 here from Byul.
Another. Well, this is just never gonna work.
He saw the Scourge. He's like, evacuate. No, I'd rather die up here.
Yeah, I don't think Terran can assert himself at all anymore.
No, this game, like, it's cool to watch Queen play though, because it's reminiscent of Sulky, you know, where you just watch and you're like, well, he's just better.
Yeah, he's just staying more and more ahead, and I don't see any future in sight for this Terran player.
Yeah, it's like, it looks so frustrating, so impossible for the Terran, but Byul would beat most Zergs in the world.
Yeah.
Queen, though, is just like another level. Really good stuff.
So, I feel like we're just going to see the Terran wither up and die.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just...
He's down 20 supply.
And he has no third base in sight. I mean, there's nothing there.
Yeah.
I don't know what the story is with these 11 Marines over here, but...
Yeah, it looks like he wanted to either find a base there or maybe he was thinking about expanding there.
Seems like we might need to see a few more mutas made and a queen made. Being serious, just to get the command centers as they float to the...
Yeah, you could.
Yeah.
He can really do anything at this point. He's so far ahead. This is an unlosable position.
And as we've said before, in ZVTs, a lot of times the killing blow is when Dark Swarm lands onto the natural. And I think we're not far from that moment here now.
He's on 4 gas.
You got to note that it's incredibly difficult for Marines to fight Ultras. Ultras deal damage so fast they can't be healed in time.
Yeah, they're doing 20 per swipe, and then they get +3 per attack upgrade, so it's pretty sick, actually. They 2-shot Marines mostly.
Yeah. Oh, and here we're going to see the rest of the infantry army get sandwiched. This may be GG.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how any Terran player could imagine recovered from this.
No, no one can. Like, he's known he's been dead for a long time. I think he's just, sometimes you don't leave the game at the second.
Yeah.
You'd rather stay in the game.
Well, things are going so fast, you're trying so hard, and then big picture, it's like, Yeah. All right, there it is, GG.
Okay. And another Zerg makes it through. Okay, so Queen is out of the group 3-0 over Byul. Really strong play. He's actually the first that we have confirmation getting through from the second half of the day.
Okay. I'm not sure if we're going to hop into another game right now or...
So far, this is looking balanced, by the way.
Yeah.
3 Zerg, 4 Terran, and 4 Protoss Seeds.
Wow.
Right? So it's 4-4-3 so far.
I'm glad we're getting a lot of Terran and Zergs advancing.
Yeah.
I believe we have more games we're going to go to. Okay, we're going to hop into another game shortly here.
Let's do it.
And I think we might be running out of games pretty soon here. So we're wrapping up the
Yeah,
finals
no,
in this group.
there's not much left.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
Who might we have coming up
I think
next
we're in the
year?
finals in every group, most likely. I can't imagine anything not being in the finals. Don't know, though.
Can
I'm
we wrap
actually
up
really
Group
interested
H?
about
I don't
Group
think
I.
we've done...
I want to know if Game-O and Best have finished up and what that
Yeah,
score
that might
was.
be another group we go to. I think we still have 2 groups we haven't done. Hold on.
We haven't really touched one of the groups we haven't touched. Group L we haven't seen any games from, but it looks like a pretty straightforward group for action and Hyuk getting to the finals there.
We're going to Group K finals.
Okay, Group K. So Group K finals is Sari and Harangue, which we've already been to for a couple games, but it looks like they're on Game 4 now. Proxy Gate.
It's going to be, what is that, Gate on 9 then?
Yeah, it looks like Proxy 9 Gate. Good stuff. It's a funny place to put it, to be honest.
Yeah, that's such a, you're totally okay with this being scouted. Oh, now what's funny is he might check here.
Finds it.
Well, doesn't this just
Look
not
at this. He
work
wants to
then?
block it from being made. You see that?
Yeah,
Oh, that's awesome.
it will be made.
Yeah, you can't block it forever. So, Harangue's actually up 2-1. Which
Wow.
means he won that 3rd map on blockchain we didn't get to see.
Cool.
Yeah, I wonder what he did there.
So 4 SCVs is the magic number to kill the gate.
Yeah, you have to get him there pretty early, but he will get this before... oh, yeah, and he has the 5th one to make super sure, but that'll die before Zealot comes out. In fact, we might even see it canceled. There's a small possibility.
Is it worth it to manor pile on him here? I guess not.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think bottom right is better for manor piling as well.
Yeah, I think you're right about that.
Okay, so...
Manor piling's funny because it's so good against Protoss because they only have melee units. So if you have a Zealot attacking them, they have to respect it. Also, is there some kind of a counterattack that Terran can do in this moment if you denied this? Can you, like, pull SCVs?
If you go 2 racks, you can go and do damage to them.
Okay.
Like, they have to play really carefully. In fact, if they make a forge, I think that's the right thing to do if you see the 2 racks.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But in this situation, if Sari just makes a command center, I think that's fantastic. I don't think he needs gas at all because he knows everything is slowed down, so considering it's a 9 pylon, 9 gate.
Yeah.
And then he canceled gate, so you're like, well, what do you have at home? It can't be much. You know?
Yeah.
I don't know the exact math on that, but as you see, his gateway's just now finishing. And he's going to kill a pylon for free across the map? Yeah, throw it on a command center. That's great.
Not looking good here for Harangue. Using the ID Bingsu, not to be confused with Bisu.
Yeah. Bingsu is actually a treat out here.
Yeah, it's
Like
like
a
shaved
dessert.
ice or something.
With like condensed milk and like red bean oftentimes.
Yeah, it's quite good.
My kids love it.
And so with the SCV there, it's hard to make an expansion. He might even want to eBay block that.
that can be a really good play. When people, I used to do that a lot when people offensive gas me. Just throw an eBay down at their natural.
Yeah. So
Alright.
finally that Nexus is going to start.
Yeah.
Although I really feel like tempo-wise, Harangue's been thrown off pretty heavily here.
Yeah, I think it's like relatively even, slight edge Sorry right here.
Yeah.
Because Sorry just can't be afraid of anything. In fact, he just saw the timing of the cybernetics core.
Yeah.
So this is a situation where all you need is a bunker.
Yeah.
That's it.
So you got to be able to moving shot this. Ah, he messed it up.
It's a probe, though. It will catch the SCV and kill it.
It doesn't look like he's actually microing it, though. It seems like it's right-clicked on it.
I think you're right.
Now he's doing it again.
Yeah. Half micro.
So the factory comes down. The expansion gets up before Harangue's Expo.
Yeah. I would love to see from, Sorry, like a double factory here. Just to gain a little bit of map control, perhaps. Because he knows, like, you know, everything's kind of a little bit off for Harangue, like you said.
Right.
So I think you have to assume that, for instance, his observers will be a little bit late, so maybe getting some mines out there can be really nice. Slow down his third, keep tabs on what he's doing. Yeah, there it is. Second fact. Really nice.
So what do you think we're going to see here from Harangue? I mean, is he just going to rush into Arbiters?
Yeah, that's a
he
good
gonna-
question. I don't think so. I think he'll go into Reaver.
Reaver is always a good
Yeah.
tech to get.
And I think this is a better carrier map than Arbiter map.
You think so?
Yeah. I think Arbiters are good here and all, but yeah, I really think it's carriers are the best tech you can get here. There's so much abuse that can occur if you gain map control and you have carriers.
That is true. It's hard for them to get across that small bridge.
Yeah, they can't
If
get
they're
across
trying to go out the
bridge.
large way, you can attack into the natural.
And of course, the harassment that you can do with the natural is amazing. Any additional expansions, like if they go beyond 3 bases, it's very easy to hit if you're on carrier tech.
Very true. Yeah, you've sold me on the carrier tech, that's for sure.
Yeah. The vast majority of games I've seen here and played here are carrier tech games.
Mm.
So that's Starport. Huh.
So I guess we're going to have Harangue take a third base at 6 o'clock. Try to control that the best he can. Probably wall that off with some pylons.
You know, I don't mind the Starport tech. Like, I think going a drop here is really not bad. Obviously, Wraith is going to be a good counter against Reaver if it comes. But just in general, I think whenever you have a wonky early game and everyone's a little bit off, I think Starports are really good in those situations.
Sure,
Whereas if
sure.
everyone's nailing everything and nothing weird has happened, do you ever see a dropship do damage then? Not really.
To be honest, as a Protoss player, when the game's gotten weird, the last thing I want to deal with is a dropship.
Yeah,
It's such a headache.
Yeah, it's like all your scouting timings are a little bit late. You know my tech is faster than yours. Then suddenly a dropship flies in.
Okay, so he's beginning to back up.
This is a great move out. We've been seeing this more lately.
It's good. It keeps Protoss honest.
Yeah, it really does.
It also, a lot of times, pulls Dragoons that were there to try to defend against a drop
Yes.
into the front.
That's a great point, actually.
Yeah. I mean,
Like,
this-
if you pull all your units to defend that, because that's a serious push. You got 3 tanks, 4 Marines.
Well, you don't know if there's vultures being spat out of the
Yeah,
factory
yeah.
at a rapid pace.
And if they come after that and you drop vultures in the main or run them by into the natural or something, that can be the move that ends up winning you the game. Not right at that second, but, like, lots of damage.
You only need the vultures to get a few kills to really mess everything up. I mean, it's not even just about the killing the probes. It's about laying mines that Dragoons can run into.
Yeah,
You know, if they take damage from a mine, it's permanent.
that's true.
They're that much weaker to tank shots later on.
He's setting up that drop.
Is Harangue ready?
No, not really. I don't think he has a good spread against this. But he does have 4 gates, so sometimes you get like 4 goons popping out as this flies in.
And then he's got another drop here in the main.
Oh, I wish he would just micro it for probe kills. I don't think laying mines here is worth it.
Yeah, I think it's more important you get the worker kills.
It's kind of a stylistic thing. Sometimes Terrans are like, well, I have mines, I gotta lay them. Sometimes you get the big mine, but it's like, I think killing 7 probes there, for instance.
Oh, and he's not
like,
even done yet.
Yeah, look at that. He redrops in the main. I love it.
Uh-oh. He might get chased into this corner. Here comes a push now. Now remember that the map is littered with mines here. The attack has not been held off just yet here. So a solid setup here might really throw Harangue off.
Don't forget the Vulture's still in the main base. He could run that in. Look at this. Oh.
Beautiful. And look at this scout, too.
Yeah, that's pretty huge. Look at
Tell
that.
you what, man, I don't think Harangue can save this either.
No.
This is such a headache. This is one of the annoying things. If they get a setup outside your pylon wall and then they get mines to protect that, it's so hard to stop it. Sometimes these additional walls you make to be safe from vultures cost you the game when you get pushed. Also, I don't think it's going to be easy for Dragoons to ever try to fight. Even though it's a small ramp, it's going to be so hard to get there.
And his factory count's getting really healthy right now as well.
Right, and one more siege tank.
That's so hard to hit. Look at that. Like, he will clear this. He's not going to lose the Nexus, but the cost is really high.
Oh, another dropship's coming through here. I almost missed that. Was that
oh,
full?
I like that.
Is that
that's
full, or is
really
it a fake?
good. I think it has, 1 Vulture. Even that. That's awesome. Takes a while for a Dragoon to kill 1 Vulture.
Oh, man, it's got mines, too. Oh, sick. Oh, not dead. Still sick, though. I'll stand by my statement. See?
Now dead. Still sick. Even sicker, even.
Okay, so he does hold that off. Bless that shuttle.
But you know what? He got all the scouting done. Like you said, the drop in the main again. He's killed a good amount of probes. He knows the carrier timing. He's on 3 bases. No harassment. 3 gases going on right now. He's already got 5 facts, so even losing those units, no problem. He's on 5 fact against 2 starport, 1 robo, 4 gates. Good stuff.
Really impressive stuff. Let's see here. I mean, Protoss is stabilizing, though. I will give him that. He's lost a lot of probes, but he's also remade a lot of probes. I worry, though. When you see Protoss get slowed down like that and Terran is untouched back at home, means that push is going to be a lot scarier.
Yeah, it's hard to imagine this type of army being strong enough to stop the Sari's main push.
Sometimes I wonder if Harangue should have just gotten cannons earlier. You know?
Yeah.
It's okay to get cannons if they get a starport.
That is true. I think the problem is his tech was a little bit late, so he didn't see the starport.
Right.
I got to tell you, but you're right. Like, the most frustrating thing, if I do a starport in a situation like this and I fly there, they already have cannons, I'm just like, what is going... Come on! You know, because you don't do anything then. You don't get anything done.
Yeah, I mean,
like, how did you know?
You can, like, drop and put mines in front of gateways and stuff.
Yeah, that's about it.
Yeah.
Get a couple probes on the fringe, but that's, you know... But right now, the production of Sari is really picking up. He's still got some vision on the map with some of these mines as well. Harangue
That's full of zealots,
nothing
right?
going on. Probably, yeah.
I still worry, man. I think that Sari might have a better push coming up here. +1's done. We know +2, +1's going to be coming here. 2 carriers is not the number you're looking for. And frankly, you're pretty squishy until you get all 4 of those carriers. And even then, I mean, this ground army's taking a beating. This attack's never going to work.
Flanking it.
Oh my
this
god.
This game's just about over.
Yeah.
Sari has so many units. Like, you have no way for a counterattack right now. Like, there's no way that we even have Zealot legs on the way.
No. You usually have to get that a little bit later because you're rushing into the carriers. You need to air attack and the capacity boost. I mean, these carriers don't even have 8 interceptors yet. I think he was actually late on that upgrade. You want that upgrade to sync up so that when the first 2 carriers come out, you have the option of 8 capacity.
Looks like he's going to push over the slow bridge.
I don't think the Protoss can stop this.
Yeah,
Siege tanks actually want to push over the slow bridge. If you just have Dragoons.
I disagree. I feel like it's so slow going over there. It's so clunky and so gross.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I just always push over the other bridge, but he doesn't even care. He's so far ahead.
Well, the thing is, once he gets over here, he can then isolate the third. I love this D-Matrix.
Yeah.
This is so good.
So good.
He's such a good gamer.
Yeah, see how he's kind of clunked here? Look how clunked he is.
I don't know Artosis. I think he's about to be dead.
Yeah, he's still going to win.
Yeah.
But he could have won
I'm just
harder.
trying to say he's punk, tasteless. Yeah, I mean, the problem now is when you have only 2 interceptors, you don't even have to fight the carriers. The interceptors just die. GG.
All right, it's tied up 2-2, an exciting one.
Yes, it was.
Fighting spirit to finish.
That's right.
Yeah.
Our classic StarCraft map to wind things up with these two.
Yeah, can Harangue make it back in, or will Sari finally make it?
He's done 2 proxy gates. One worked, one didn't.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm kind of surprised.
Well,
I'm surprised by the proxy gate in game 2.
What was with
That was like,
location?
you know, there's like 3 locations you can hide that in. One is just in the very corner of the natural if they don't check when they come out.
Yeah.
And then there's 2 spots in the main, but like,
Well, you can also
why
hide
would you
it.
put
You
it
can
there?
hide it at their third. You can hide it over the bridge. You can hide
Sure,
it on
yeah.
that high ground on like 9 o'clock. You know,
Yeah.
there's a lot of places to put it, and if it's not right in the Terran's face, they don't send SCVs. It has to literally be in the natural or the main for them to send SCVs to kill it.
and when you get zealots out and start doing damage, it's a nightmare for the Terran. If they didn't wall in, and Terrans don't wall in on
No
that
one
map.
walls in. Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't seen a wall there against Protoss ever.
So we're going to hop into that match in a moment here, but one of these 2 players is going to advance on to the KSL, the actual matches here.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy to have either. I'd like to see Sari because he hasn't been in a major league yet.
Sure. But I like seeing Harangue do well. I mean, he's steadily improved. I feel like he's at the best version of himself right now.
Yeah, he's living his best life.
For sure. I don't know when we're going to go to that match, but hopefully soon.
Yeah, I think they just got to make it up. Fighting Spirit, who do you think actually takes it?
I don't know. I got to see what Harangue's going to do.
Yeah. Cross spawns. I think that bodes reasonably well for Harangue. Maybe he'll do something like a Nexus first. That would really behoove him in these spots.
So Harangue, who's opted to do proxies, which is very good against Terran. I know we joke about cheesing and this and that, but actually it's really hard for Terran to deal with, so it's hard to not want to do something like that. They're tied up 2-2 right now. These guys must be exhausted from the series.
Oh, yeah.
They've been going at it all night.
Yeah, for sure.
And, yeah, we guys just got to wait and see what they're going to do.
Yeah.
We've been casting since, what is it, 10 a.m. this morning? It's now 6:32 p.m.
No problem.
No problem. Easy
Keep it
peasy.
going. I don't want another commercial.
Yeah. Let's see what my bladder can take. So, what does Protoss want to do? I imagine we might have a very middle of the road build, like a 1 gate, like expand on 21 supply.
Yeah, it's a good build. That's probably the best and most common build right now for the matchup. Looks like, sorry, wait, is that the tight wall? It's hard to see. I feel like he's down one matrix
it
on
is.
the tight wall, but that would be weird if he is. Anyways, I mean, I would imagine we're going to see a fast expansion on both sides.
Probably. Terran has some tricks up their sleeve as well, though. Not usual to do too fat, especially in cross spots, but sometimes
Yeah.
the bad build is somehow the good build. The other player discounts it.
Yeah, I don't think he'll be rushing, though. I think his mid-game is really strong. When you start to really know all the timings of mid-game attacks against Protoss and how you can expand and things, I think early-game rushes really lose some of their appeal.
Yeah.
Because you have so much more stability. So no scout at all here from Harangue.
Yeah, that's not a wall.
Yeah, one depot above it makes a wall.
1 SCV and gas. So we're going to have a quick expanding Terran now.
So regular scout here from Sari. He's going to find Harangue last.
And this is going to be a quick expand here for Harangue as well. We know that because there's only one probe, excuse me, mining in the gas.
Yeah.
So this is going to be a Nexus on 21.
And he's a little bit lucky that Sari didn't get to scout him a little bit more quickly, because he does have to make that bunker first for safety purpose. But he'll be making his command center next, just slightly later than Harangue's.
Yeah. The margin's pretty small here for the
Yeah.
lead, so you don't want to factor in too much. That's a good hiding spot there for that
Yeah,
SCV.
it's cute. It's cute. Hard to get away if a goon finds you, though.
Yeah, that's true. You are
You gotta really
completely
wiggle
cornered.
to get out of there.
So we have the second gate coming. He'll make 4 goons and then a robo. You want to get 4 goons because that's as much as it takes to 2-shot a tank.
Yeah, definitely an important number.
I should really sit down and just learn how much how many hits it takes for each thing to kill each thing, you know?
Yeah, it's important. By the way, he sees the timing of that Nexus, so he's aware that everything is pretty normal.
Right.
Now, this is a cool way to play with the Vulture. Okay, he was trying to see if that probe would go away, but now he shows it. This Vulture should run to the third base of Harangue. What you want to do is lay some mines to watch for when they're taking their third. Especially in a situation like this where we see that Harangue's gone into 2-gate. This will really slow down other bases. Oh, he's going starport as well. Look at that.
Cool.
A little bit cheeky. So yeah, he's at the third base there. Gonna lay a couple mines. Probably one at the location, one at the top of the ramp. That way if the attack moves up, he loses a goon. No, I guess not.
These 2 goons are ready to intercept a Vulture that might come through here. Keep in mind, Harangue's very cognizant of the fact that there's no tank right now. When you see no tank, that means something's happening with Vultures.
Yeah, and it's a little bit dangerous. What you see a lot of the time, oh, he's taking a lot of damage on that, is they will oftentimes lay some mines behind the goons, so when the tank chases it back, they die.
Yeah, it's really smart.
It hasn't happened this time. He really focused on getting the mines at the expand, which I actually think is a better situation here. I mean, it's cool to kill those 2 goons, but that doesn't, when you have a starport, that's not going to open up attack timing, I don't think.
Right.
Whereas slowing the third base is one of the most valuable things you can do in this matchup.
Yeah, on both sides, actually.
Yeah.
Oh, no, he's going to go up and dive on the tank. And this tank is going to go down. Again, it's always worth it to lose a goon if you kill one of their tanks.
Oh, yeah.
It's crazy, too, how much more damage a Dragoon can do. I mean, that one wasn't microed, but if you want to just micro the Dragoon against Marines and Vultures, they just don't. Marines and Vultures just hardly damage Dragoons. So we have the Citadel of Adun.
Yeah.
We'll see the second gas taken, and then he'll be teching into Arbiters, most likely. There is the option to go for Shuttle GT, but I don't think it's very good.
No, I don't either. You don't see people do that often. It's actually considered a little bit low power. It's like a tricky play. Sometimes it'll do some damage or something, but...
Well, sometimes people just are like, what?
Yeah. I always get surprised nowadays when someone actually drops DTs.
Yeah.
It's like, normally Terran has plenty to deal with that, and suddenly you've spent so much money that you don't need to.
It was actually a huge deal out here when it first happened on TV, just DT drops and people realizing that you could scan and they would just pick it up.
Yeah.
You know? These are like, the first few weeks of competitive StarCraft, but it's very cool to go back and see those games. Okay, now, as you can see, there's that very narrow blind spot you can fly through there. He needs to pull these Dragoons immediately.
Not bad. It's a great situation to just target probes. Ah, a little bit of miss micro there. But he sees the timing of everything.
Okay, he's going to unload 2 more Vultures over here. Let's see how fast Harangue is.
So funny, like right there, he killed 4 probes there, and then he killed a couple in the main. He's only lost 2 Vultures.
Yeah.
That is so much value.
Once the Vultures get there, if you're not already in position, you're going to start taking losses big time.
Yeah, if you kill 6 probes, that's the same cost as 4 Vultures.
Right. And the probes, I mean, you need as many probes as possible because you're trying to get this vast amount of wealth. As Protoss, you can keep remaking your army over and over and using arbiters and stasis and using the rest of your army to fight that, and also spamming out Templars to storm everything. So, third base for Terran is, that's like CC down there, right? It's 6?
Yep.
Third base for Terran before the third base for Protoss or Tosis.
Yeah. Well, it is a 2-base Arbiter Rush, too. Which, the thing is, I really like 2-base Arbiter on this map. I feel like you can take your bases slightly later than Terran. Because, like we were talking about before, when we were talking about kind of Fighting Spirit as a map, recall against these third bases is really strong. It's extremely hard to send additional units there. And if they recall, the base is, like, minimum you kill all the workers, you know?
Yeah, the trick with the recalling is you want to recall your army on top of their workers.
Yeah.
That's one of the key things. Some people...
On this map specifically.
On this map specifically, because when you recall on top of the workers, even if they have mines everywhere, all the workers die.
Yeah.
You want to recall...
And you'll have something left over, too. It's not like your army just disappears.
Lots of Zealots in the recall is better than Dragoons.
Yeah, that's...
Because you can fit more there. And
for the third base, definitely very true.
Another recall technique is to recall on top of the armory. Since if you kill the armory, I mean, then they don't have the upgrades that they need.
Yeah.
And Protoss is really about trying to stretch the game out until you've outlasted and outpaced the Terran in every imaginable way.
I think that's the proper way to do it, even though you see a lot of brute force techniques used in the matchup as well.
I've always been shocked by people that can brute force their way in, but it seems like a lot of the Protosses in Korea just really know how to attack into something.
So a good defensive setup there, as you see. Getting into a science facility. I think that there's a very good chance that this game goes quite long.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really feels like a game where no one has a significant advantage. Of course, if someone takes a battle poorly, that can turn on its head pretty quickly. But, like, Harangue's been pretty careful. He hasn't... I mean, there was some decent harassment damage done, but not like some of these other games we've seen today where the game is over.
There's also two options that are going to present themselves to the Protoss, and Protoss basically has to pick one. It's really stylistic, but they both have pros and cons. Protoss has to choose if the fourth will be in the left location or in the bottom right or bottom left. So it's either a main or it's a center left.
Yes. I think in this situation, the center left base is by far the safest and best bet.
It seems like it.
And then taking bottom left. Top right, I think, is not worthwhile, because if they attack up towards top right, like, bottom left, there's no real flow of units there. If you attack towards top right as Terran, you can take 3 o'clock. And you're pretty close to the third base of Protoss as well. Yeah. I would, as a Terran player, I'd want you to expand towards top right.
What he probably wants to do coming up here, so let's say that he takes center left. It's very important that as you begin to get more resources and gas from there, you take a probe, a little bit of your army, like a Zealot Dragoon. You send one probe Zealot Dragoon to the upper right, and another probe Zealot Dragoon to the bottom left. You make a pylon, not right at the ramp, but close to the ramp of the two mains. 2 cannons, a gateway.
Make a DT.
And make a Templar first, then a DT.
Yeah, if you're going into Storm, that's amazing.
Yeah, and you have to go into Storm if the game's going to go this long. You actually can't win without it. It's
where I just take my heads off and fight you.
Basically,
yeah, no, that broke him when he said he couldn't win without Storm.
No,
you should get Storm.
So important that you have the Storm ready, because basically the Protoss army in a fight is just not as good when Terran gets to 2 or 3-2 and then 3-3. The Protoss army melts. So what you want to do is stasis as much as you can, attack in, and while your army's fighting and a lot of it's dying, you storm everything you can, and then when you're done with the Templar energy, you run back out. You just make more stuff. And you rinse and repeat until you've filed the Terran army down to nothing.
And they're especially good on ramps with cannons,
yes,
because to kill the cannons, you need a concentration of siege tanks sieged, which clumps them, so Psystorm is good against that. And generally against those bases, Terran's success rate is really linked to how quickly they can clear them.
So here comes that recall. And this is going to be right on top of the armory. And you better believe that he's going to go for this armory here.
That armory's going to be picked off so quickly.
And this is essential to the win. We talked about possibly him going on to the third. He might have evaluated that the third was safe. Now, even though this entire Protoss army is going to die, and you might be scratching your head, trust me, it was worth it to kill the armory.
Yeah, and you're not only killing the army, like you're doing a little bit of damage to his army as well.
Sure,
You're
sure.
slowing him down, his move-out timings.
Oh, I'm surprised he expanded there.
Yeah, me too.
I just don't think that's good, to be honest.
I
don't think
like
you
that
ever want to
expand.
take a natural.
I think that's the worst place you could expand other than 3 o'clock.
Other than the middle of the map.
Yeah, the middle of the map too. I don't even think of that as an
Yeah.
expansion normally on here.
That ever becomes a factor. Usually Terran will get the center right here, and then if they really have to try to fight, they'll try to take the middle. It becomes one of those games. So again, we had that upgrade denied. Terran was at 1-0. Terran will either then soon be at 2-0 or 1-1. I didn't actually see what the upgrade was. That
Yeah,
was denied
we're
them.
not sure which one it was.
So,
But if that was the attack upgrade, it's extra good.
yes. Now, I do worry for Harangue, man. He should not be taking the natural. The main is what's more important.
Well, you spread bases on both sides, so we might be playing this game where it's like, okay, you kill one base, and I counter, or something
Yeah.
like that, you know? So there are some tactics you can use with an expansion like that. We'll see if that is what his actual plan is.
2-0.
Oh, he's got 2-0 now. Okay, so that was the armory. So that's a little bit better for Sorry then.
Yeah. Sorry, when you have +2 attack, the siege tank damage is hilarious.
Yeah, they get +5 per in siege mode. Per attack upgrade.
Uh-oh.
That's annoying.
Oh,
Oh,
no
he's
cancel.
gonna get a kill.
That's 400 minerals in the toilet. Flushed. Never coming
Straight
back.
down, yeah.
So as Terran tries to push north, Protoss will probably try to counterattack. He might try to
Yeah.
attack into this, but it's actually kind of hard going up and down and
I think
flanking.
you recall the third right now.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I like that idea, actually. Because he's sending so many of his units up. I could see a recall in the main as well.
He might even recall, like, right here on this. Ooh.
This vessel.
Oh!
Oh, yes!
That's literally
Oh my
so
god!
bad.
That is the most important thing that's happened in this game by miles.
Yes, yes. More
That's
important.
insane. That changes everything. Now look
So-
at this. Sorry brings his army back. This attack by Harangue's poor. He needs to turn
Yeah.
around.
Now he's buying time. I can't believe he didn't split the Arbiters. Felt like I was watching that in slow motion.
Yeah.
What?
Wow. That was just so good for Sorry.
Yeah.
That was because that was a possibly game-winning move from because he was trying to do the counterattack thing we were talking about where you expand in 2 different directions. He goes after one, and he can't kill 2 bases. He's only going to kill 1, so you go
Right.
and counter.
Right.
And, I mean, with the double Arbiter, he had a stasis and a recall ready. So there's things where, like, you can recall in the main, stasis the ramp. Maybe you just use a recall at the third. He had a lot of options there, but losing all of his energy, now he's just running around cloaked gateway units. Who cares about that?
Well, he is buying time. He did deny that 4th base.
Yeah.
We're going to see Terran very quickly here run out of money. I mean, all
That's true.
Protoss has to do is stretch the game.
Yeah. Sorry needs to secure another base. Okay, finally starts his 4th command center elsewhere.
Okay, stasis would be
He
ideal here.
needs to crush this. Doesn't
Oh!
have the energy, yeah.
Oh, what?
Another EMP. Right? That an EMP hit that, right? Yeah.
I thought
Yeah, it
I
did.
just thought the spell had actually been cast out. You gotta be careful with these arbiters. The spells of the arbiters are what are going to allow you to do anything.
Yeah. Look at his army just evaporate here.
Oh my God.
Yeah, Sorry with
right?
some pretty good engagements, but like you said, he will run dry. He needs to do more than just win a couple battles in the center.
Again, if he loses this, I really do blame a lot of this on this expansion at the natural. This is just so easy to push.
I blame it all on him getting EMP'd on 2 arbiters there.
Well, that as well. You're better off stasising anything, like 4 vultures, if you think it's going to happen.
no, if a vessel starts chasing you, just stasis it. It's
Yeah.
better to stasis that than to get EMP'd.
Okay, so he's going to get up on the high ground. Now, imagine that there had been a DT, a cannon, a couple
Yeah.
cannons, and a High Templar here.
Yeah, you have to siege at the bottom, the storm
You
comes
bought
down.
so much time.
Because that is what's important, is that he kills that quickly. Because if it takes him a long time to clear this, right, you can do things like expand at the bottom left, he gets more resources from the base anyways, you know.
Now Sorry has an out this game, which is trying to capture the center right location.
Yeah, he's going to secure his 4th there. And that's like the most important base on Fighting Spirits, getting your 4th up.
Yeah, in this
'Cause
matchup
that's-
for Terran, yeah,
That's the
absolutely.
hardest thing to do. It's actually easier to get a 5th than a 4th, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree.
The 4th is really where you get pressed.
A lot of Terrans you'll beat as Protosses by just outlasting them on the 3 bases. You just keep smashing their army and you win that way.
Now, the armies, I mean, we have a slightly bigger one for Sari. There are a lot of Arbiters out, though. They've regained a bunch of their energy. Let's see what Sari can do. He's flowing back from the map beautifully. He's taking that 4th base during all this.
The problem for Harangue is that the 3rd is just not a viable location at all to attack. Terran's 3rd is just airtight.
Oh my God.
He needs to spread these Arbiters out. I'm going to have a heart attack.
He hit him! He hit him
again!
again! And then he
He's
EMPs him
cheating.
even again on
The
top of
reach
that.
is just too good with these EMPs. Okay, now this
God.
is a really good play here by Harangue. He's crushing a lot of tanks.
Yeah, but here come the rest
Ah,
of
and he
those
loses
tanks.
the one that has energy.
Right
These
before
Arbiters are paperweights.
They really are. He's having a hard time
He
with
didn't
his
know they had
Arbiters.
spells.
This was a game he could have won with slightly better Arbiter
Well,
micro, I think.
I think, yeah, we might be getting close to Sari tapping him out. I mean, this base, uh-oh.
If he kills 9 o'clock or if he denies bottom left, both of those put him into a really nice position.
Now, see how almost mined out Terran is? You just hang on and keep smashing that army.
Look how many tanks he has, though.
Yep.
You gonna smash that army?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Sorry. Ooh, nice D-Matrix. Really
that's
nice
pretty
one.
sick.
He's picked off yet another Arbiter. All his tanks coming down right now.
Now, again, every tank he gets, it's going to be hard to bring back. Losing those tanks goes on your permanent record.
Harangue not with a lot left over here. His supply dwindling. Look at all those observers.
That's not how you're supposed to do it. So he's going to fork him out. He needs to just try to get control of the map again. Again, though, this is a nightmare right now. We needed to have like a recall or something over at that 4th.
Yeah.
Something, anything to stop the
we
mining.
just needed any of his last 6 Arbiters to have cast a spell, you know?
Yeah, this is a story of EMP. GG.
Wow! Wow!
EMP for the win, man.
So that's it. Like, Harangue, it felt like a series that he could have won there in the final game.
Yeah.
But Sari wins 3-2.
Very cool.
Wow. Hey,
really excited to have Sari. Yeah.
Yeah.
Great player.
He hasn't made it into ASL or KSL yet, and he's one of these Terrans that's really good. Everyone knows him. Everyone practices with him. He just hasn't made it yet.
He's going to be so happy. I mean, winning a series like that, straight up macro TVP, shutting down every Arbiter with stasis
did a great
or
job.
EMP. Excuse me.
That one Arbiter that caught the 2 that one EMP that caught the 2 Arbiters that were flying in. That was a game-changing moment. I was
right in between. Hit him perfectly.
Yeah, it was a perfect shot. And it's one of the harder ones to cast because it actually launches slowly and it moves kind of slowly.
It has to slow down before it fires.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
It same with stasis. It has this weird.
There's some prediction involved with EMP, basically.
Yeah.
You can't just click it on a unit and have it hit because it's actually a slow-moving projectile.
Right.
So
we've got a 10-minute break, and I think we have one more match. We'll be right back. KSL, it is time to go to Best versus Hiya, as we are getting close to wrapping things up here. If this match is short, we're going to go to the ZVZ, which is, I'm sorry, Action versus who?
Hyuk.
We're going to go in game now.
Okay, cool. So we're actually already on game 3.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so we'll see what the score
Wait,
is
are
in
we?
a moment here. Yeah.
Ah.
So Best is up 2-0. Okay, so this is okay, cool. If Best wins here, actually we have perfect racial distribution for the season at 5 Protoss, 5 Zerg, 6 Terran. Of course, the Terran get the extra player because the race is harder and we have more skilled gamers playing it. So
skilled gamers is what KSL stands for.
Yeah. But yeah, so by the way, the other groups we saw Queen win his and Sari win his. Saxry ended up beating Jat, and Rush ended up beating Olympus, kind of as expected. So this season is looking really good, man. It's a who-who.
It's a who's who, you nut. It's a who-who. Ooh, I've gone cuckoo from casting too much. By the way, I know this build that Bess is doing. He likes this one a lot.
Yeah.
This is an anti-expo build.
Well, unfortunately for him, Mulgogi White, a.k.a. Hiya, was building just a micro hole, but decided to switch it up and made a Zealot tight wall.
You're a micro hole.
Well, it's not Zealot tight on the left. You're on micro. Damn. Damn, Tasus.
Yeah.
That's cold.
In front of all these people.
That's harsh.
Yeah.
Can't believe you called me a micro hole.
So, what? This is not going to work.
Yeah. So tell me more how he likes this build.
Well, he does like it. It's just not good if it gets scouted too early.
Well, it
But
looks
you can
wrecked
put a
to
lot
me,
of-
Tasus. What do you have to say about
Well,
that?
he's not making the CC now, is he? Micro hole. Stop, Jesus! Why are you a bully? Now the second Zealot can come in here from behind. And this is what I call a micro hole. Now again, if he can get rid of this SCV, this is just delaying the progress of the command center.
Is there a third Zealot on the way? Does he just
there
not
should
know
be.
when to stop?
No, he's addicted to rushing.
All right.
But again,
There's the next Zealot.
no expand coming here.
4 Marines there. Are you going to run by that?
Yeah, better believe it. No. No, I was kidding.
Well, he did actually slow it.
This is a build that only me and Best understand.
No, I think a lot of Protoss understand run by a bunker, Tasus.
Yeah. So now the Nexus starts. It's going to finish roughly the same time. Best has a variety of these types of builds. He does like to just get in there and beat up the Terran early on. It can be tricky. Terran is very fragile.
Yeah, they definitely are in the very early game. Gotta handle them very carefully. White gloves on. I always micro with white gloves on, and I look down after the initial Zealot rush, and if they're red, I beat the game. Okay, so he's actually rushing the DT, isn't he?
Isn't he?
Or is this the quickest 2-base Arbiter in the history of Earth?
No, I think he wants to rush DTs into
I would
the main.
imagine, right?
Yeah.
Well, I think no matter what, you would make a DT with it, even if it was a super sick quick
Yeah, I
Arbiter
think it's
rush.
both. I think we can compromise on this, Artosis.
You know what? I think you're right, actually. I think you're right. But look at that in eBay. I heard eBays are good against DTs.
You know what? Turrets are really not that good against DTs, to be totally honest. They get hit pretty fast.
Yeah, that's true. DT drop. Best.
Wow, look at
You
this.
were telling me, actually, before, and I did agree with you, although I might have to take it back. You were saying you like Best as a person.
Yeah.
Yet, here we are. He's up 2-0, and he's doing a DT drop on blockchain.
Well, now he's a bad person.
So,
yeah.
The reason why he canceled this is because ranged goons were hitting his bunker.
Yeah.
So, if ranged goons don't show up when you expect them to, then you start to think that it's DTs.
Right.
Because that's the only thing you ever cut range for is DT tech. So he just canceled his bunker and his participation in KSL Season 4.
No, I like Bess. He's a very friendly guy. Not arrogant at all.
No, he's a really nice guy.
We got that chance to have some soju with him.
Yeah.
maybe a year and a half ago or something like that.
Didn't he give you some of his replays too?
Yeah, he was the only pro. Like
Normally, he takes
some
some
pros
replays, and they're just like, no.
Yeah. I've asked pros before, and they're like, "That's my replays," and I'm like, this would really help the cast and the show. And Bess is just like, "Oh yeah, I'll just send you all of them." I'm like, super cool guy. Yeah. He's like, "Yeah, sure, that'd probably help you out a lot."
This pressure is ridiculously strong, by the way.
Yeah.
Best already knows that he's won this game. He sees siege mode.
Yeah. He's laughing so hard. He's choking. He's trying not to choke on his own laughter.
Oh my god.
It's so funny to him that he's going to win this that it broke his mind. He's going to go into an insane asylum after this. When he sees the replay and the eBay's canceled, that's when he cuts his ear off like Van Gogh. Yeah.
It is a funny thing. I wonder what that's like, right? Because I watched a replay like this. Like, if this is my game, I'd look at it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I canceled that eBay. Okay, that was a mistake. For Protoss, you look at it, you're like, he canceled the eBay.
Yeah, you're like, what is he doing?
That was the counter to
I guess
my
I
build.
win.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh no, it's a Reaver drop. I better.
Oh god. And this is where Hiya. Very sad.
Oh, what?
That's hilarious.
Now he's like, I'm going to attack my scanner because I'm crazy. He actually wants to destroy it, the scanner, so he can make another scanner because it's faster to destroy this and remake it.
Yes.
This is how we're pro caster guys. Every other caster would be like, yeah, we destroyed his
Oh,
scanner.
he misclicked.
He misclicked. He thinks he's attacking the DT. He doesn't know what's going on. But actually, back up. Kids,
Yeah.
we know what's going on.
No,
You're
this is
listening
the
to
way
two
do it.
alpha dog casters, okay? Listen, I've been doing push-ups all week. I'm not scared of anybody.
Totally.
So,
Me too.
So, the problem is that the scan, of course, doesn't last that long. Oh boy!
The problem is everything in the whole world.
Yeah.
Well, he saves that one tank. I actually thought he might end up losing both there. Lays some mines down. There's a DT in his main. None of this is good. These are bad things that are occurring to
No,
Hiya
this is
right
great.
now.
If you're a Protoss player, this is great. If this is Protoss, you know that there's going to be a national holiday to remember this moment.
National DT Day.
Yeah. Oh no, get the SCV, make it the thing! This is actually pretty tricky because you're trying to... Every DT swipe needs to be economized correctly. Oh my god, he needs... Oh no, actually you can kill that. Yeah, I forgot about that. Oh my god, if he can actually draw that mine in there... Oh my god, he's so good, he's shot down. This is Terran hell, by the way.
Yeah.
This is what Dan's dreams looks like before he wakes up screaming in a cold sweat. Ah! Oh! Oh!
Yeah.
I'm in my house.
Unfortunately. Now, even if I was against Best, I think this is where you type, LOL, I guess you're pretty good.
I guess you're pretty good, huh? How about you use that brain you do not have?
I like how there's one Marine on bunker the whole time. You know how scared that Marine is?
I know.
My god!
The DT comes up here and kills off the tank.
Best
At
is
least he
a
got to see what the
globetrotter right now.
At least you got to see what DT...
You see this? 3, 4.
I
4
don't-
out of 5 shots missed. Low ground to high ground there. 4 out of 5 missed. Do we even need him to miss those shots, Protoss?
I think so.
4
I'll tell
out
you
of
what,
5.
man. Best is doing God's work right now.
He's just so dirty.
This is
It's so
a beautiful
dirty.
thing.
You see this? Now he's like on high ground with these goons. Look how hard he's trying too. This is what gets
He's
me.
like trying to surround this this Dragoon so badly.
No. What I'm saying
Look, he
is,
gets away too. He's like, better put
do you
this
see how
damage-
hard Best is trying? He could do anything from here. He can go mass scouts. It doesn't matter. The game ended when he canceled the eBay. But here we are, and Best is microing like he's never microed before.
You watch, this is going to go into a 45-minute game, then the Terran just loses outright.
Best is in the finals against July Zerg again, man. As far as he's like, he is trying absolutely everything. Look at this.
He
Clears
just
those
gets out of
eggs.
here. He's like, I better save
I'll
these.
deny this third later. He's not going to even try to take a third.
I better shut this down so he can't get land units over here. It's like, stop! You're killing him!
He's already dead.
It's like, right now...
It's 46 supply to 126.
The Terran player, GG, that was like
God.
watching a bird that was stuck inside of a building trying to fly and it keeps smacking itself into the windows.
Yeah. That was...
You're killing yourself. Ooh, is that what my hands look like when I cast? Look at that. Look at what a warlock I am. Yeah.
He made the DTs and put them in a shuttle. You think DTs can't fly? They are flying units.
Okay, well, a win for Protoss. I'll take that.
That's right. That's right. So, we have one match left.
He's writing down the results over there. I'm like, gee, the game's done.
Yeah.
I
You're
underline
writing
it
that down in your
and I
build order
circle
notebook.
it. Mm-hmm.
The Protoss build order notebook. It's a napkin from Wendy's that you write DT drop on. Meanwhile, I have like a sophisticated program on my computer full of build orders and VODs. God. Okay, so
My games are written on a slab. You look like that guy from Grandma's Boy laying on the back, that chair with all those computer monitors everywhere.
I didn't see that movie.
You didn't see that movie?
No.
It's pretty funny.
Okay, so here I'm going to tell you guys who's in. And Rush. Okay. And then for Zerg. Talk Tasteless.
No, I'm just, so he's writing stuff down. We're still waiting
Okay.
for him to finish it.
So here's what we have. The Protoss lineup is done and the Terran lineup is done. For Protoss, we have Mini, Rain, Snow, Stork, Best. Quality stuff.
Sure.
Harangue was close, man. For Terran, we have Rush, Sharp, Mind, Light, 4GG, Sorry. It's a good lineup.
Yeah.
For Zerg, we have Soma, Modesty, Queen, Saxry, and the winner of Hyuk in Action, which I think most people go towards Action, but it's CVZ. You never know, right?
That's right.
I think Action has a better chance to get further than Hyuk does, for sure.
I think so.
Yeah.
Action is
I don't
so
look at,
close to
I
just
don't look at
winning a
Hyuk as
tournament.
a guy who gets deep in tournaments. He's just one who's like on the edge of qualifying.
His name is Hyuk.
Yeah.
It might destroy StarCraft if he becomes the best player. Could.
Yeah.
It's important who's the best, man. Flash is a good ID. Okay?
Hyuk.
Like Hyuk. Oh, Hyuk's so good. He's the best player.
Hyuk,
like
Hyuk,
nobody
Hyuk,
could
Hyuk.
even stop what he does.
Is Hyuk the bone jaw?
Is Hyuk? Is anyone going to be as good as Hyuk?
Yeah.
What did you say, Hyuk? Like, is there something in your throat? You all right?
Yeah.
You been casting too much?
I tell you, this is a good lineup of players.
Oh, caster
I
injury.
think Queen's going to win this season.
Oh, I think I had too much coffee. Ow,
I know
ow,
I said
ow,
this
ow,
last
ow, ow.
season, but we're game 4. Action up 2-1
Okay.
over Hyuk.
Oh, my stomach. Ow,
Poor little guy.
ow. I just suddenly got pain in my stomach.
Yeah, it's probably because we've eaten like no food today.
Yeah.
So,
So, Batch Young is Hyuk here.
Yep.
And if you haven't figured it out already, action is action.
are you sure he's not Action?
I'll have to check with production, but yeah, I think so.
Okay. Dude, this is a really exciting season. Looking at this lineup, I'm just looking at it, and I feel like Rain has possibility to win. Queen has a possibility to win.
Yeah.
Soma has a small outside chance.
Okay.
And I think for Terrans, none of those guys look like they're going to be champion. And if you put a gun in my head and told me I had to choose one of the Terrans to be the champion, it's Rush.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Yeah, no, I like it. I really like the lineup this season. I think it's a really exciting lineup.
Action going for a very quick pull, by the way.
And the further away we get from Rain just winning 100 PvPs, the happier I get.
Yeah. I mean, after seeing our last KSL finals, what I want to do is just get rid of the other 2 races and see how many more Protoss versus Protoss tournaments that Rain can win.
Yeah, I think it would be unlimited.
So, one thing about Hyuk's position here is that although Action's going to get his lings out, really, if you get your pull just a little bit later than theirs, you're usually in a better spot. Because you get a few more drones. Artosis, your turn, go.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I agree with whatever it is that you said. I couldn't tell you what you said. Something about more drones. Yeah, look
Yeah,
at that.
at this
10
point in
drones,
time
12 drones.
in casting, it's like occasionally Artosis will be talking, and then everything slows down, and it becomes like that scene in Saving Private Ryan. Artosis is like, rah, 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 mech units tasteless. And I turn, I'm like, what? Yeah.
Yeah, mech units.
Units
cool.
are mining minerals, and expansions are attempting to be taken.
By the way, this is a replay. FYI. As we see
Way to ruin the show, Artosis.
Don't see windows jumping.
Last time I took Artosis to a Magic show, he's like, well, just so you guys understand, he's not going to really make the quarter disappear. It's going to go into his other hand. Because Magic is not,
I like
in
to
fact,
ruin
real.
things for people.
You can't actually saw that lady in half. That would kill somebody.
Wouldn't that be a real trick?
Yeah.
You saw the lady in half and don't go to jail for it.
Yeah.
That would be more of a Gallagher show than a Magic show, though, wouldn't it?
The Gallagher show. You know that Gallagher has a brother? You know there's Gallagher too?
Yeah.
And he also goes around smashing watermelons at comedy shows?
Blue Gallagher, man. It's just...
He's like the Luigi to the original Gallagher.
That's amazing. I would give anything to be Gallagher's little brother. Just do his bit. And then people are there and they're like, oh, I hate Gallagher. And then I'd be like, yeah, me too. And then I smash the thing.
So when you're on one base versus one base, ramps and arcs become very important with the army. Uh-oh, action.
Ling flood.
He hit the certain amount of lings to make it look like he didn't have that much, and then he just sprung them out.
He's down 2 drones.
Oh, GG.
He lost a ling.
It matters a lot in ZVZ, man, especially one hatch versus one hatch. So you can see Hyuk is trying to close the floodgates. Oh, can he get through?
He might break it. Oh, that doesn't look good. That doesn't look good. That looks good. That doesn't look good.
It looks good.
1 ling against 2.
Get back here. So this is 2 hatches, excuse me.
Yeah.
For Hyuk. We haven't had enough shots of the bases. My brain has been destroyed from casting for so long. So it's actually 2 hatch versus 1 hatch here. Yeah. I turn to you, I'm like, it turns out they're both Zerg Artosis.
This is how you get
what do you see right now?
This is how you get mad caster disease. We got ZVZ prions going around in our heads right now.
Yeah.
The Spire's done. He's got the sun. Oh.
I think this is really bad. I think Hyuk's going to take this one, man. He's got everything that he needs. Action, I think, is kind of screwed, right?
Oh.
2 hatch versus 1, superior drone count.
Yeah, that's
You
all
tell
true.
me how he's going to win, Mr.
Don't forget
Mr.
that,
Action Fanboy.
Hyuk also has a sunken, so he's more safe against counters.
Yeah, so he's even more ahead.
Yeah, but to be fair, we've been casting for 12 hours and action's up 2-1.
Yeah.
So, if there's StarCraft justice, action still takes this.
He's going to try to come down and kill the Spire. I like the rally. Oh, look at this. This Mina's like, oh boy, I'm about to be born and experience the war. Oh, hold on, never mind.
One of those hit, didn't he?
Yeah, 1 for sure hit. Got to be careful, man. When one of those hits, even though a 10 HP Muta can still do damage, the glaives are going to kill it. So now action's down to 8 drones.
Yeah, that's not good, is it? But the nice thing about that is he only has 1 hatch, so he couldn't really spend money if he had 2 hatches. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true.
So that's nice.
The glass is half full. Yeah. Oh my gosh, he's even gonna get these lings.
Well, that's good for action.
Mm-hmm.
Look at these mutas, though.
Oh man. Keep in mind that if you're both going for mutas like this and nobody got a spore, there is this weird situation where if you leave your base and they happen to be ready to counterattack in with mutas, they can go in there and kill all your drones, which there are not a lot of. Easily 3 or 4. And then you can fly back out. And if you get away, it's like, that's all you needed.
Yeah. Definitely true. You're only up 2 drones. Losing 3 or 4 and you're down drones. Okay, so 7 mutts. What's down here?
A murder of 7 mutts.
Way
8
more.
mutts.
Look at that, 8 mutts. 9, 10 mutts. Oh, he's way
10
ahead.
mutts of mudding. Somewhere we had an overlord killed in here. That's my contribution.
Oh, that was
your turn.
actually a trick, a drone trick. He made a creep.
Oh
and then
wow, I'm
canceled.
sorry. That's it. I'm gone.
Overlord killed. Jeez.
Sorry,
You
guys.
even like know what the name of this game is?
I don't know. Is this a new
Pretty sure there's a guy in
Vampires?
the chat that knows more than you do. Pretty sure about it.
I feel as though we're just going to see action eventually get rolled here. I mean, this lead is getting huge. I'm sorry, was he getting an upgrade on the Spire?
No. So yeah, the 4-drone lead plus similar amounts of mutas. I think Hyuk is still up in mutas though.
And well, he's up in Scourge as well, right? What is that? That's 8 Scourge?
I don't know about the Scourge counts actually. I think Action is up in Scourge.
No.
Yeah,
Really?
I think so. Well, he should be if he's down in mutas. That'd only be fair. All right, both sides expanding. Look at this. He's up 5 drones. What percentage is 5 of 8?
Nobody knows.
That'd be, hold on. 50% is 4 of 8. So it's like more than 50%. It's 5/8 more drones.
Oh my God, he's going to attack. Is this going to work?
Well,
It's going to come down to micro. Now, this is a little bit tricky to follow as it happens.
Yeah,
you guys haven't seen this before.
With the Lings coming underneath, you can maybe, I don't know. It's
At times, it's a person that still has Scourge left over chasing the mutas that can win. Oh, God. Now, you don't want your Scourge to hit their Scourge. You want your mutas to shoot their Scourge, and your Scourge to hit their mutas. Okay, so I think this would be good for... Oh, hold on.
Oh, I think actually quite a few actions hit there. Oh, I think Hyuk has got that. Hyuk's got it.
Yeah, he's hurting.
Yeah.
Oh, he messed up in his control, though.
He's up like 2 mutas.
If you micro it, you can stalk the mutas in such a way that you can moving shot it. Uh-oh.
Look at that, leaving a Scourge over here. Who's my good Zerg player?
So, Action's inching in. He's trying to do something to do some damage, but I don't know. I feel like our red Zerg is just too far ahead, right?
Yeah, I think so. Action's trying, but looks like it's all for naught.
GG.
Okay, we're tied up 2-2.
It's time for our last game.
Yes. Okay. Here it is.
I'm so tired right now. You guys don't know this, but I'm actually tied up to the wall like Hannibal Lecter as I'm casting this.
Yeah. It's Cassie who's through the mask. It doesn't let him bite or spit at me.
All right, last game. Let's do this.
All right.
So they're both Zergs. That much we know for sure. Looks like Action's in the upper right.
Yeah.
Who's this other guy, Artosis?
Hyuk.
Hyuk, thank you.
So,
We're going to wait and see.
what's your favorite ZVZ strat, Tasteless?
I like pool on, or gas on 12, pool on 12. I don't know the builds really.
I like 2 Evo Hydra.
Yeah. That is fun. When
It's
you get
fun.
it, when you do the Hydra build.
You can't beat anyone good with it, but it's
Yeah.
fun.
But when you do meet somebody good with it, they lose their minds. We're talking about an old build where you'd expand and turtle and just mass up enough Hydras and push.
2-2. It's good stuff.
I remember back when there was the debate about that. Do you go Hydras or do you go mutas?
Yeah, that was like in 2001 or something.
And everybody would argue it, and you'd watch Koreans play, and nobody ever made a Hydra ever.
Yeah. Never, ever, 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 ever.
Okay, Action likes this a lot, these quick pool builds. But, dun dun dun. Hyuk likes this as well. So we might have a similar game to the other one. One big feature about the game that Hyuk was playing is that he got a second hatch in his main, which makes it easier to defend, which kind of counters what Action's doing. What Action is hoping for is actually to take a player on who's taking a hatchery at the natural.
Yeah. I actually like that play, the second hatch in the main. For more modern ZVZ builds, that's generally how I like to play.
It's actually how ZVZ was originally played, too.
Was it?
Was hatch in the main, yeah. People almost never hatch the expansion.
Oh, yeah, no, you're definitely right about that. Yeah, I remember that.
So, Action actually going to take an expansion of his own. It's still Hyuk on one base for now. And he's going for quick Ling speed.
Yeah, let's see if he
Now-
can get anything done.
Lings with speed will always beat Lings without speed. They get the first attack off too quickly and get the surrounds more quickly. So
You
this
can
might just
get
kill
better
action.
parries and stuff. Well, he's bringing the drone, so I think he can probably hold this, and he really needs to because his strategy is kind of hinged on having more production than what Hyuk has.
Yeah.
So he has to have this hatchery finish because everything else is a little
Now,
bit slower.
The drone actually has a ranged attack here, and
Shoot
the
over
Ling
Zergs.
AI, yeah, it can shoot over the Lings here, and the AI for the Red Zerg will not auto-target drones like it does in StarCraft 2. They have the lowest priority.
Yeah, it's actually, it will script the AI really a lot.
He's slowly getting this bunched into a corner. Ooh!
Yeah, Action's trying to be very careful here. If Hyuk actually gets the hatchery, and he's getting a little bit close.
Ling speed done.
Oh man, he got way better pairings up there at the top. Uh-oh, things going wrong here for Action. The drone's actually helping out
it's
quite a
getting
bit.
lower.
but-
It's getting lower. Again, slow Lings cannot take this on. Did Ling speed finish for Action?
Oh, that's
Yeah,
it,
it's
man.
finished for him too, but
That's
it's
it.
too late.
He's
too
losing way too many
late.
drones.
And it came down
Oh,
in
brutal.
Game 5 to a Ling rush.
GG.
GG.
Wow. And Action
Finn.
won't make it in. This guy just got top 4 in ASL, right? Yeah. I don't really remember either. I think it was top 4 though.
Well, that was an upset.
Yeah, but Hyuk makes it. Good for him. He hasn't. I mean, he plays in a lot of the slightly lower level stuff. We're going to go ahead and show the results coming up here, but as I already mentioned, it's a really nice racial distribution: 5 Protoss, 5 Zerg, 6 Terran.
Yeah, we got
really
lucky with the
great players. Some of the players people might be asking about. Last did not play, Flash did not play, Jaedong did not play, Bisu did not play.
Saxery survives Group G. Yep. Where Iris, also known as Berserker, unable to get out. 8:15 there in the bottom right as Conte.
Yeah. Ware losing right off the bat, and Jat actually having a nice run. Good for him. I think next ACS he's going to be one of the favorites.
Going to wait for it. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Group H.
Right. Rush over Midas. Oh, that's cool. That Midas beat Yaram. That's really neat. Of course, Kumsin is Olympus. So Rush ended up beating Olympus there. Not a big surprise. Rush is really one of the rising talents.
We didn't get to cast any of his games either today, unfortunately. We kind of missed that. We were more focused on these other groups. By the way, Cadenzi, unfortunately, was not able to take on Olympus there.
But she was able to take a map off him.
Did
so that's
able,
cool.
yeah.
She disabled him in game 2. Nice. Oh, Gameo didn't show up, I guess.
What?
Huh.
How dare he? Well, Best
I'm
wins.
not sure what that's all about. Gameo normally plays everything, but
Best completely just tearing his way through Protosses and Terrans.
it's like he was destroying Hiya, but then also, you know, Alien, how like the thing comes out of the chest?
Yes.
Another Best came out of Hiya's chest in that game. It was nasty. He really destroyed there.
Is J next? I think it is.
No, I think K. I think we'll mix it up and go K next.
Wow. Group J. J is in Joy. That's what I feel right now.
It's going to be a joy to see Queen again. I feel like he is going to win the season. And I said that last season, and then he bombed out, but he gets better and better all the time. He looks really, really strong. He's innovating a lot. I think him and Rain are the real favorites.
For those of you StarCraft 2 guys, that's not the same BL in the bottom right that you're thinking.
Yeah.
Trust me, I know. Frustrates me too. We got guys running around with the same IDs. Bad branding.
Yeah.
It's like, which one of the Beatles are you? Oh, I'm not the Beatles you're thinking of. I just have another band called the Beatles.
Yeah.
Well, I guess...
What would you do if I officially changed my ID to Tasteless?
That would be fine. That'd be fine. But you know what I've wanted to do for a while? Because Rotterdam has a tattoo on his arm. Yeah. Just get the exact same tattoo that says Rotterdam, and then we're casting together at the desk. It just I also have this.
I was thinking of getting Todd's complete sleeves on both
Yeah,
arms.
yeah.
Who wore it better?
Yeah,
for sure.
And then call him out on air. You copied me.
Yeah, what's the deal with that?
Yeah. Same with Morrow. That's not the Morrow you're thinking of. Harangue was not able to handle that late game PvT. I'll tell you what, though, those were marathons of PvTs. That's a tough matchup, and I think he kind of fell off there at the end.
It's great to have Sari in, though. Action, I think that's kind of a sad one. He's one of our hardest workers in the scene, along with 4GG. But he falls to Hyuk there in Game 5.
These
so
brackets are brutal, man. It's hard.
Yeah, you're always going to have at least one ridiculously hard match in your group, unless you're best. And then you just... the guy who actually could have challenged you doesn't show up because he's so scared. And in the finals is you just tearing the head off of
You could have two guys showing up to fight best at the same time and you clunk their heads together like the Three Stooges.
Yeah, you really would. He is a superhero. He's Thanos and Thor all in.
Do we have a group LMNOP or sorry?
Well, here's our overall results for the day. Yeah. Sharp, Summon, 9, Light, 4GG, Modesty, Saxry, Rush, Best, Queen, Sorry. Yeah.
Now you might see one Protoss, but don't forget we had 4 Protoss that already qualified.
Yes, that's right.
Protoss dominated in the last KSL, so all the rest of Protosses are basically going to be there.
Yes,
so
the
calm
5
down.
best Protoss are still fine.
Sit back down, guys, shaking your fist.
Yeah.
How am I going to learn? You will learn.
And don't worry, the Protosses will get very far again because they're all really, really strong.
Yeah. We'll probably have a Protoss win again. These guys are all basically gladiators we're going to feed to the Lions. Okay?
Yeah, those are the Terrans. We're feeding these Terrans to the Lions for
Yeah.
sure. I'm happy, though, as a Terran player with that Terran lineup as well.
Yeah.
It's not like we don't have Last in there and we don't have Flash in there. And those are the only 2 Terrans that are really championship level at the moment. But there's a lot of really strong Terrans in here to give really good games.
Artosis?
Yeah.
We did it.
Do you want to go back and just cast every replay?
I think we should just start over and just keep casting.
I want to see that Mind versus Shine series again.
All the mutas? Yeah.
Yes.
The game that was a crime against nature? Yeah, yes. Me too. I want to see that. So, the players in the round of 16, you can't get more balanced than this. 5 Protosses, 6 Terrans, and 5 Zergs.
Yeah. This is going to be a great tournament.
All the players are so good. Who's going to win? Who's going to come? Tune in next time. You go. Oh, he's shy.
I don't want to sing in front of the streamers.
If anyone's still watching at this point.
I know.
So here we are. It's been a good day.
Yes.
A lot of fun matches, actually. I'm really happy with the amount of Terrans that we get to cast because I feel like normally these qualifiers are all PvZs and PvPs.
We got some Terrans in there, Artosis.
Yeah, almost only Terran matches.
We didn't get any TBTs, though, today.
Yeah, that match doesn't exist in the pro scene, really. You get like 1 TBT a year. It's crazy.
We just give you a little bit of red meat for you. Give you a few TBTs a year.
Yeah.
Whereas for me, I'm doing PvPs all the time.
All the time.
All day, all night.
Still make up your own builds.
So, we need to go get some food.
Badly.
Coming up next is group draw on next Friday?
Yeah, next Friday. The group draw to see how these players will all face off. And I'm sure we'll have some fun videos from that. And then I believe the week after that, we start with groups A and B.
Yes.
So there you go. KSL, continuing forward.
Woo!
Woo! All right. I think that's it.
Guys, we love you. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you guys again soon. This KSL is going to kick a lot of ass. We love you. Have a good morning, afternoon, or night, wherever you are. Bye-bye.